Did anyone order a cleric with a sight of sass? If so, I'm... Did anyone order a cleric with a sight of sass? If so, I'm Dahlia Avalon. Wow, how do I keep this short and sweet? I grew up in the poor sector of New Averant and took care of Papa after my mother died when I was 6. Papa was not well after she passed, so I bounced around waitressing and spent any of my free time at the Temple of Cocobio since he helped me feel close to my mama. But it was hard making ends meet as a barmaid, so after some encouragement from my best friend Silic, I enlisted as a cleric in the Order of the Fallen Star. Next thing I know, I'm across the realm with a team of strangers that have quickly become my family. Sounds pretty straightforward, right? Ready for things to take a sharp left? Okay, let's see. Turns out Cocobio, the goddess of moon and stars, is not the most virtuous angel that we thought, and well, neither is New Averant. After defecting from the church and the government, I learned that Gladlin, the god of fate, is only a slightly less destructive hot mess. And now we're on god number 3, Halasna, goddess of sun and life. As Horai now travels the world as adventurers for hire. So far, so good there. I would totally hate if something bad were to happen to her. Oh wait, there's more. How could I forget? Turns out my mother descends from a long line of devil royalty, and not just any royalty, the Deimos clan, aka the Lord of the Shadowfell. My lineage gives me this devil form I can transform into, a natural foresight gift, or curse if you ask me, and a boatload full of family drama. I discovered I have a half-brother named Silic. Yeah, that's Silic. My mother at some point has been resurrected from the dead, and oh yeah, Deimos wants to use me as a conduit for his armies to infiltrate and conquer the Averant realm. Almost forgot to mention that part, it kinda haunts my dreams a lot. But it's not all doom and gloom in my world, promise. No, really, I have wonderful friends, hilarious and fun adventures, and I may have just met the love of my life amidst it all. Jodakash is the only person I've ever met to stand right in the face of danger and swing his sword without a second thought. With as much fire and brimstone looming over our heads, I couldn't imagine living in a world without him and our friends by my side, and keeping me sane. So whatever New Averant, the gods, Deimos, or fate seem to have planned for all of us, I know that Horai will be ready to face it together. Because if we go down, we won't go down without a fight. We got this, right? Right?
Every group has its dark and mysterious member, and to Horai, that would be me. I am Gajurakash Dromic, son of Zarmir and Nelian. I grew up in a small village within the elven kingdom of Nelethyr, known as Irobada. When my father left my mother, sister, and I when I was 15, and never returned, I aided my mother in running her apothecary. 3 years later, I would join my sister Medicona in serving the royal guard, becoming a personal bodyguard for Prince Juvenile Galakia. Just 2 years into my service, though, rumors of our forbidden romance would reach the king, and the following morning, after a fight with his son, the king was found dead in his room. Blame was placed on me, and with my mother's plea, I escaped the main kingdom. I spent the next 6 months running from guards before finally catching a ship off the continent. The pirate captain of the Phantom Chevron, Joff Potra, took me under his wing for the next 4.5 years. Well, until a failed raid by the crew left me behind in the kingdom of Abris, and I was captured by guards. Desperate to save my own life, I offered any information I had on the kingdom of Nelethyr, eventually capturing the attention of the Council of Nine. The tiefling Severus Toll had me released, and spent the following 2 years training me to be his personal spy. The next year, they shipped me off to join the Order of the Fallen Star, the army of New Averant. Here I would go by Gaiji Redfoe, and meet my team, now known as Ariath. It was only mere days into us being a group that we were sent out on various missions to destroy plagued villages, fight awoken gods in caves, and meet on our former commander, Silic Losran, and teammates Apollo and Ren. I would become a warlock of Losna during this time. An attack on our base gave us a promotion into the freelancer program, and gave us a ship, which we now call the Homeward Bound. I am the captain. We were sent to Solgaria, the Nalkadai. New Averant betrayed us there, and we fled to the Order of the Soaring Flame. There, Commander Vierithril asked us to clear a way to an Nelethyrian base on Okadai. However, in our month-and-a-half mission to do so, we came across one of the sons of Bahamut, Anima. After kidnapping Zephinia, he sent her, Dira, Ren, and companion Shreya 10 years into the future. Apollo, now Hades, Dahlia, and I spent 10 years surviving so we could return to save our friends in Elgadai. Though we've recently lost Ren to their own missions, rescued Dira's parents, fought Dahlia's devilish grandfather, and I've proposed to my love, Dahlia. It's time for me to return to Nelethyr and set things right. Only time will tell if I'm successful.
As the story of Arachnaguy once said, who am I? You sure you want to know? The story of my life is not for the faint of heart. If somebody told you it was a happy tale, if somebody said I was just your average guy, not a care in the world, somebody lied. My name is Apollo. Abandoned by my mother at the Silverleaf Institute. As a baby, I grew up never knowing her or my father. I grew up living and learning all that I could from the school. Everyone was great. Well, not everyone. Well, really only a few people were nice. The Institute housed the wealthiest of children, mostly. The ones that could afford prodigious education, at least. Because I was an orphan that the school took in, I was seen as an outcast. And even worse, due to my abnormal tiefling appearance with wings and tail, I was seen as a freak. I spent most of my days with my head down and my nose in a good book. Books are wonderful. They show you amazing worlds and lead you on amazing adventures. Oh, just like my one favorite story, Shriek, where he goes on an adventure with his reluctant friend Mule and Shortbread Guy. Sorry, I get a bit carried away. Things went well until one day a lad in my studies picked a fight with me. It was then that I discovered I had magical aptitude and at the same moment lost control of it. A fireball erupted from me and exploded in an area around me. Due to my tiefling heritage, I was only slightly hurt, but the boy who started it all wasn't so lucky. The boy's family wanted me expelled from the Institute, but Professor Durnick fought to have me stay. The tribunal agreed to allow it, but he was to watch over me and make sure I never used my magic again. He agreed to do so, but in secret trained me to control my powers. It was mildly successful, but I still lose control from time to time. Years passed, and one day I overheard the tale of a woman who was kidnapped and taken to a cave. I felt this was my time to finally become the hero I always read about. Little did I know I would get lost inside cave. But I would meet my found family. We've had so many adventures since, and things have been great. Well, that is until half of them disappeared. Pulled through time, and I was unable to stop the magic, and it broke me. And that's when I came to take the lead. Nice to meet you, finally. I'm Hades, Apollo's other half. See, Apollo is very innocent and has a hard time dealing with extreme stress. During a few majorly stressful moments in his life, I've taken over to get him through those situations. That first came to be during the whole business with the bully and the fireball. At least that was the earliest memory. I lived deep in his consciousness, seeing and hearing all until I'm needed. His friends being split and sent into the future 10 years was just the needed push for me to take the reins again. The only problem is, for the next 10 years, I stayed in control and couldn't talk to him. So for the last 10 years, I've been running around having a grand adventure with Dahlia and Gaiju, who become like siblings to me. Stories we could tell. I could write a book. Anyways, I eventually reconnected with our friends and have been traveling since. Oh, and Apollo has started talking again, taking control for short periods of time. Perhaps he'll take back over soon, and I'll go back to the dark corner of his brain that I usually stay. Which is good, right?
I'm Dara Mullane from Currants Gap. My family's been the town blacksmith's time out of mind. So that's what I learned, and what I thought I'd always do. My little brother Aiden, though, he was different. Don't even know where he got half the books he read, and nobody ever really understood what he was on about. Some folks got more patience for that than others, and some don't have nothing better to do but make trouble. Fenton Antry was one of those. His daddy owned the mine. He figured that meant he owned the rest of us, too. One night, Fenton had been wasting time and his daddy's money in the tavern. Took some kind of personal offense from Aiden just being Aiden. My brother was on the ground when I got there, and, well, it's kind of a blur after that till they dragged me off. I'm told Fenton ain't never been the same since. With what passed for justice in the mountains back then, that was more than enough to get me clapped in irons and shipped off to some other mine. It was 12 years before the new Averant soldiers came and told us the mine bosses weren't going to be a problem anymore. Whatever we were in for, we would be forgiven and we'd be free right then and there if we joined up. Seemed like an easy choice, to be part of the folks aiming to bring peace and justice. And for a while, it made sense. I even heard my brother got to go off to some fancy school to learn magic. I swore my oath to Kokobiel, angel of the moon and stars. Only it turns out she ain't what she's supposed to be, and neither is New Averant. It's all complicated. And my team, right? Well, they're mostly all smarter than me, but even I could tell when there wasn't no choice but to leave. So we did. And here we are. What happens next? Well, that's anybody's guess.
I never put much stock in families. My own sold me off to the black market to make money off the child with wings. I was nothing but a skinny street kid with broken wings from trying to escape. That is, until the Order of the Fallen Star Soldiers rescued me. My heroes in blue. I aspired to be like them and one day meet the big three: Soma, Geneva, and Aegis. My life turned around and I worked hard night and day to hone my skills and be the best soldier I could. I usually worked on my own until I was paired up with the most peculiar group of people. We were sent on some quests, our base was attacked, and I died. But don't worry, Dahlia brought me back. I think I could actually consider her my first true friend. Gaiju and Dira also quickly wormed their way into my guarded heart as our adventures continued. My world turned a little upside down at that point as we encountered creatures and were hounded by the gods. I'm starting to think my little group is a god magnet, and I'm not quite sure how I feel about that. Anyways, one of these gods, Luna, decided that I would be a good stand-in for her and transferred her powers over to me. I met her sisters, which seem like major bitches, and I keep getting asked if I would choose peace or war, and quite frankly, I'm tired of it. And I would rather continue being the best soldier I can, which turned out to be not that great. My friend may have accidentally transformed into a slightly terrifying demon, which forced us to defect. But one of the big three, Soma, also defected, and it turns out so did his brother. So maybe my past heroes were not all they cracked up to be. I wish I could say things went well from there, but somehow myself, Dira, and Treya were transported 10 years in the future, while Gaiju, Dahlia, and our new friend Apollo were left behind. For us, no time had passed, but the rest of Horiath was stuck living in the past 10 years searching for us. We finally found each other just as Geneva, another of the big three, found us and was not very friendly. A few murders later, and we were free of her wrath. Soma found us again, and I'm glad he did. He's not as bad as Dahlia makes him seem. In fact, I think he's pretty sweet, and not too bad looking. Oh, and he gave me a gorgeous locket before leaving again. I guess I'm able to talk to him through it, which is nice. Anyways, Horiath ventured to the Shadowfell to save Apollo, who's now Hades, from Dahlia and Silic's evil grandfather. I was again hounded with that peace or war question. Obviously, peace is not an answer in our line of work as trouble keeps finding us. I think war might be our only option to protect my team, who has taught me what a family should be. Honestly, I can't even imagine my life without them. I've gone through a few changes recently. I couldn't tell at first, but the team seemed pretty concerned. I don't know why, since it's just a little hair and makeup change. Well, maybe my eyes changed a bit as well, but it's not that noticeable. At least Soma seems to like it.
Did anyone order a cleric with a side of sass? If so, I'm Dahlia Ablon. Wow, how do I keep this short and sweet? I grew up in the poor sector of New Averant and took care of Papa after my mother died when I was 6. Papa was not well after she passed, so I bounced around waitressing and spent any of my free time at the Temple of Kokobiel since he helped me feel close to my mama. But it was hard making ends meet as a barmaid, so after some encouragement from my best friend Silic, I enlisted as a cleric in the Order of the Fallen Star. Next thing I know, I'm across the realm with a team of strangers that have quickly become my family. Sounds pretty straightforward, right? Ready for things to take a sharp left? Okay, let's see. Turns out Kokobiel, the goddess of moon and stars, is not the most virtuous angel that we thought, and well, neither is New Averant. After defecting from the church and the government, I learned that Gladlin, the god of fate, is only a slightly less destructive hot mess. And now we're on god number 3, Halasna, goddess of sun and life, as Horiath now travels the world as adventurers for hire. So far, so good there. I would totally hate if something bad were to happen to her. Oh, Oh wait, there's more. How could I forget? Turns out my mother descends from a long line of devil royalty, and not just any royalty, the Deimos clan, aka the Lord of the Shadowfell. My lineage gives me this devil form I can transform into, a natural foresight gift, or curse if you ask me, and a boatload full of family drama. I discovered I have a half-brother named Silic. Yeah, that's Silic. My mother at some point has been resurrected from the dead, and oh yeah, Deimos wants to use me as a conduit for his armies to infiltrate and conquer the Averant realm. Almost forgot to mention that part, it kinda haunts my dreams a lot.
Ben said he'll be back shortly.
All right. Okay, sounds good. I'll make sure I do everything that requires Hades right off the bat. Welcome back to the Nightly Play. Welcome back with Blades of Bahamut. No beginning, so we're just gonna jump right into it after the intro. So last we left off, the team escaped out of Lunaveska's pocket dimension, warped back over to Gaju's home. After everybody reconvened, discovered that the town, nearby towns, and the castle itself of Nelethyr have been under attack. Averant is now invading, taking advantage of whatever is going on. As you guys eventually go out and you see that throughout the time that you've missed, how little it is, Averant's already winning and taking people out of their homes, capturing them, take them back over to the castle. Eventually you find out that someone's fighting off against some kind of dragon. You go in to try to help them, to eventually figure out that this is another version of Luna that is the All-Mother taking the form of the dragon. As you eventually figure out that it's best to leave. Soma decides to distract her, to take her in a different direction, as Hades portals you all and heads back to the castle. That's where we left off. So, as you get pulled back, I'm going to say there's a few seconds in between, as you are between starting point and then the point. Anything that anybody wants to converse amongst each other in a real quick fashion before you officially warp over to the castle itself.
Can I make a perception check for Bird, who is not part of this teleportation circle, to see what is going on where we left?
Sure.
Okay, I wasn't prepared to do that. Let me check Bird's stats. Okay, got it.
Y'all, I feel like we're forgetting something.
Like what?
I feel like I have to throw up.
16 for Bird.
Bird. The last, like, real quick, like, looking through the bird's eyes is you do see that the dragon is chasing after Soma, but they're still within the kingdom's borders. The battle is still going on as Soma cannot outrun. You do see that there is some kind of item that seems to have some kind of illumination that has been left behind after the dragon started chasing off after Soma. Outside of that, it looks like at this point there are very few, maybe a handful of living people that have not been captured or weaned out of that town. Mostly what it is Averant soldiers looting or, you know, guarding off certain posts to make sure that nobody else enters or leaves the town. Some people are being forced into carriages to eventually head into some location. But it looks like most people are taking many carriages towards the castle itself. That's what you see.
I don't know. It just... I missed something. No, Wind, you did not need to blow my reflector.
As you all...
The bird couldn't recognize what was there, but it saw that there's something there.
Saw something's there. Yeah, something was left behind.
Okay, before we break connection, because bird will be too far away for me to communicate with before I have to like re-summon him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna tell him to hide, whatever that is. So like my instructions will be like grab like a cloak or like rip something off of a dead person and try to like cover up whatever that is.
Okay. Got it. Eventually with a
Drags the whole body over it.
a sudden jolt,
he's a bird.
You all get pulled into the entrance area of the castle. Loud, but not in the way that you left it. Party's not going. It is now running, screaming, and attacking. In your current vicinity, there are many people running around. Some people are dead. Many, what looks like nobles, have been slaughtered. But in your immediate vicinity at the bottom of the steps, it leads into the throne room, aka the gala that you're at. You're at the bottom, kind of like where you kind of tucked Luna for a little bit before things started getting hairy. It looks like whoever passed through here to create a big ruckus has already passed through. Maybe they'll come back, you don't know. But you're currently in the starting atrium.
Can I reach out my feelers and see if Luna is in the vicinity?
What are your feelers?
I don't know. It's perception. Focusing on my tattoos.
I'm like feelers? Sure.
An old vibe check
You know,
out
a
there.
butterfly when we weren't looking.
Got a little antennae that's like looking around.
Yeah.
Vibe check.
If you want to check on yourself to see if you can.
Oop.
What'd you get?
I did a perception and I got 4.
Okay.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah, like it seems like ever since like you started fighting Ludovica, your tattoos have been glowing and they haven't stopped. There hasn't been any increase or decrease in the amount that they have been glowing, but they still haven't stopped. Take with that what you will.
I'm doing, like, giving myself quick, checking all my pockets and scabbards and everything, and making sure I have all of my stuff, because I am convinced that I've left something behind.
Sure.
And I'm assuming not finding anything that I know of.
Nothing seems out of
to be
place.
missing.
I mean, you got all
right.
your stuff. Randomly, you got 5 extra coins. I don't know. Like you made money off of it. But the vicinity in this area, large as it may be, is the doors that leads into the castle are busted. One of them is still hanging up by some victims, as the other one is laying on the ground, as if people actually used force to break in. But it looks like as the way they did, they kind of like threw, almost like a giant came through and like grabbed it and threw it back outside instead of pushing it into the actual castle itself. Many of the artwork is shattered, tattered and wet in some kind, maybe from some kind of spell that was created. And there's a slew of 10 plus bodies that clearly at first glance look dead. Slash marks, bludgeoning marks. Yep.
Yes. Locate creature before, because doesn't that last for 10 minutes?
Okay.
One of yeah, and we went right into combat after that, so it probably hasn't been 10 minutes.
No, it hasn't been 10 minutes yet.
Probably not. Yeah.
So you would get a ping if Gaju's family was around, because you were doing it on someone in his family, right?
Oh yeah. So what's the range?
Yeah,
what's the
on
range
his
of
mom. On his
was
mom.
it his mom, or was it Juvenile?
It was on his mom, because we were looking for them for where they had been taken.
All right.
Okay.
What's the range of the spell?
And the range is
1,000 feet.
1,000 feet.
No indication. Nothing.
And I'm actually not 100% sure that's still up, but just
Is
in
it
case.
concentration?
Yes. And that's why I say that, because I don't have it under my concentration, but I think I just didn't
Gotcha.
type it in my spreadsheet
Can
once
I-
I didn't get a ping. So
Sneakily poke my head through the giant hole in the door and see what's going on out there.
Sure. Give me a stealth check to make sure that nobody outside can
Check.
see you as you do it.
While we are moving through here, pass without a trace on everyone.
Pass
in
without
this room.
trace. Got it. So plus 10 to all stealth.
I am
Period.
still in Thunderbird form.
Oh gosh, you're a bird.
I am a big ass bird.
Okay.
It's a heck of a boy. It's a super sneaky bird now.
The sneakiest bird you've ever been.
sneakiest bird you've ever did bird.
Quick, hide! I'm a statue.
You do have
Okay,
clowns flying in here due to the chandeliers and many candelabras all over the place. It leaves you very little amount of room to move.
Huge. It's a
I
huge
figured
bird.
I was kind of like squirming against the ground.
Okay. Gotcha.
You know, I'm
gonna
still
try
not.
to
I'm
fly
not.
in a
I'm not.
castle.
Yeah, I'm still not finding Gaji's mama. But, and I'm going to drop concentration on that and cast Beacon of Hope,
Okay.
which is everyone has advantage on Wisdom saving throws and Death saving throws, and regains the maximum number of hit points possible from any healing.
Nice.
Nice. I'll need that one. With my super sneak, I got a 37.
37. Okay. And then give me a perception check as you were looking outside to, or investigation, one of the two.
Well, that's a solid. Oh, okay, never mind. This wasn't as sad as I thought. A solid 15.
15. You do notice a couple things outside. One is that there are two people taking guard of the actual castle itself, at least the front doors. They're not immediately like, right by it. Like you may like look, it's like, oh fuck, he's right there. They're like, 100 feet away, kind of like right over at the bridge's entrance to make sure that if anyone comes this way, they actually have to go past them, whether or not they're allowed to. One is a giant, maybe a hill giant. Another one specifically looks like an Averant soldier of some kind, but this soldier is wearing heavier armor than what you're used to seeing. Actually is wearing a lot of like almost like steel armor, which is very uncommon for just a regular like standard soldier. But as you look in the distance, you do notice that through the bridge there are many caravans that come through, and as they come through, the giant kind of like checks them, looks over them, and then kind of has them go in a direction towards the castle, but not towards you. And it looks like they're kind of like going downhill, like maybe the carriages are heading like underneath the castle.
Oh.
DM, do I know from my week or so being on playing for the other team, do I know about the basement? Is there like prisons down there or something else going on that
to most of the facility itself, the basement is the prison itself, the dungeons and all that. But you do know from being down there once is that there is a separate spot that the king doesn't know about that Lunaveska made, that is like her own personal prison, where she takes her own specific people to interrogate or torture or kill. But it is not on the blueprints for the castle itself.
So if Dahlia shares that with us, I communicate that to everyone else.
Yes, I would 37, 36 sneak my way back and will relay. They're taking the caravans of the people under the castle, apparently. There is a giant and a very built Averant soldier out there guarding. They don't know where Peter.
As I'm sure God you knows, there are prisons beneath the castle, but she has added her own personal confinement areas for her special friends in the basement.
At this moment,
Is that where we should be going?
at this moment, you all hear like someone screaming back out by like the carriages, like, no, I have every right to be wherever I go. I can do this. As you immediately just hear like this giant go up and just like look right at him. As you hear the man just immediately like looks at him, get back in the carriage. Or what are you gonna do?
We recognize the voice?
No.
I'm sneaking over.
Just
so
looks
I
like a noble. And immediately the soldier just like looks and just like, last chance, back in the carriage. Oriel, what? As immediately the giant just slaps his palm on him and immediately squishes him. As the soldier just looks at all the rest of them, and it's just like, this goes for all of you. Doesn't matter how important you all are nothing. If you don't listen to the rules, you'll be as dead as this one. Now stay in the carriages.
Where's this prison?
Downwards. It's so there's an entrance underneath Lunaveska's room.
Asking Ren.
I know, but I'm giving the information the Ren the answer to you.
Yep.
It's beneath the prison, you said?
I'm sorry?
You said it's beneath the regular prison or like in the back of the regular prison?
It's beside the prison, but the only access through the castle is through Lunaveska's bedroom.
Oh, and I would know that because I've used it.
Mm-hmm.
So is there a back entrance to this prison so we don't have to go by those guys?
A
Yes.
high-up window?
Well, the bitch's bedroom, if you want to sneak our way through that portion of the castle. But I point to Gadjul. He's a bird. Also, DM, can I extrapolate from Dira looking for something and the thing that I saw? Can I roll like an intelligence check to see if I put two and two together?
Yeah.
Amazing.
I was about to go in the throne room looking for it anyway.
See, my intelligence bonus is 2, so that'd be 15.
15. Based off of what images you saw through Bird's eyes and what you saw in the throne room, it is a sword, and it has almost the exact same schematics as the trophy weapon that is put next to the throne itself.
And I was watching them do things when they were in that room, so I know that it was supposed to be the prize for whoever won, which was Gadjul. I'll also mention that to Dira. Say, I don't know if you were looking for that specifically, but we did leave it behind.
How did it get? Oh,
It's
you're as you're saying this, like I'm looking over toward the throne and actually starting to walk that way.
No. It's not there anymore.
How did it get there?
I'm assuming the dragon. It was injured, after all.
Oh hell.
So
fine. Well, we'll worry about it later.
I have instructed Bird to cover it up.
I
so
keep whispers is still up, yeah.
Yeah, to everyone but me, and still including Soma.
Yes. For now, do what I have a thing to do after you do your thing.
I mean, that sword is quite important. We shouldn't leave that for her to pick up again.
What can we do? We're here now.
Can she even pick it up?
You just see the wings go up a little bit, like.
We could send Gaju to retrieve it, because he's very fast right now, and I'm sure he knows her chambers are near the king's chambers. She keeps her own, but they're near what would be like the royal chambers, I assume. DM?
Yeah, so there would be the royal chambers, and then she's got her own suite next to it, because to the outside, to the people who don't know, she doesn't actually sleep with the king, so she's got her own room.
I'm sure of all people, Gaju would know how to find us there. Or two of you could go and retrieve the sword. Dira could ride you and retrieve the sword and come back. I don't know if the rest of any of us can actually wield it.
I go up to Dira and knock on the metal armor she has on.
I don't even know if I can. Probably got you. If you think you can get it's probably fastest to go by yourself, ain't it? Or unless you want.
I think you can just cover it up. As long as you're not actually wielding it and touching it, it can't kill you, I think. But don't call me the expert on it.
I mean, they gotta be able to put it away somehow, right?
They do get it out every time they have a tournament.
I mean, I can grab it in my talons.
You ain't trying to wield it, you're just carrying
As
it.
long as
Belongs to you by right.
But the sword seems to decide who can wield it. Is this a risk we want to take?
You ain't trying to wield it.
You can.
It's better than Luna Vesca getting her hands on it.
I agree. And you just have to cover it up. And I've already told Bird to cover it up, so just yoink a cloak off the nearest dead person and just throw it on there and just scoop it.
That's a risk I'm willing to take.
Fair enough.
You should go alone, though. Not with everything happening right now. At least one other person should go with you.
If I can go with you, is the metal a problem?
I don't have it on my specs, but I believe the Thunderbird is constantly surrounded in little bits of lightning, so if you're wearing metal, you're probably going to get struck.
Oh, yeah, that would be...
That is struck.
So, myself or...
So pause for a second. I just want to make sure Hades knows where we're at right now. So you guys are in the you're in the atrium, right at the bottom of the steps, and many bodies dead. Doors are busted. You're able to see outside. There's two guards at post, a hill giant and an Averant soldier. They're basically ordering all carriages to go underneath the castle to some kind of area, and anybody who leaves, they're going to kill. But they don't know you're there. Resume.
DM, if it's okay if the answer is no, but I was thinking we were going to go right into doing stuff, and we didn't. Can I hold off on that beacon of hope?
Yeah, sure.
So we're actually going into combat.
Yeah, no. Yeah, you're good. Yeah, you can wait.
Well,
if you want, I can have that left as a reaction, like as soon as you know combat's going to happen.
As a held action?
As a held action before you roll initiative, so immediately beacon of hope
I would
activates.
appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah,
you're
that
good.
would be my... Thank you.
Ren, you were saying something?
So, I agree that Gaju should not go by himself. Raise your hand if you don't wear mental arms.
That's the two of you.
I can't ask you to leave them alone, so perhaps I should go. I can give you directions to where you're heading.
But do you know how we can get in and out of this place? We probably need you here.
Hades?
And we don't have much time to waste.
Sure.
What was the question again? Sorry.
We figured out that the sword got left behind, and Gaju is proposing to go back to get it, still in Thunderbird form, and we're thinking that he should not go by himself. But we need somebody who will not be electrocuted.
Buddy system.
Which is to say, someone not wearing metal armor.
Also, at this point, Dahlia, I need to give me a perception check.
Oh boy.
Wait, who?
You.
Oh.
Everybody can keep talking. I just need that check on the side.
Oh, you also have Pass Without a Trace on, by the way, Ben.
Yes.
I mean, I have multiple ways of escaping any danger, including teleporting to you lot. If I have to go alone, it's fine. I'd rather you all work together to rescue anyone who's been captured.
Teamwork is a dream work.
Like your family? You don't want to help?
If there's anyone I trust in this world to save them, it's you guys. Besides, my sister is still missing.
Come back as quick as
She
you
may
can.
not be there. I will do that with all 200 feet of my movement.
Before you go, I look to Zephinia. You can still contact Soma with your necklace thing, right?
Yeah. Just testing 1, 2, 3. You there?
Really busy right now. What's up?
Yep, he's good. We're good. No, you're good.
All right, cool.
Good luck. Don't die.
I'll do my best.
I delete the Psychic Whispers group chat and I restart the group chat and I pick Soma and Averant to it. So
Okay. What'd you get in your perception check?
I got a hearty 12.
Hearty 12. Something within your possessions is going off, but you can't tell.
My possession?
Yeah, in your possession is going off.
Can I like pat myself down and see if something's vibrating like a cell phone?
Sure. Give me an insight check on yourself.
Please don't suck this time. I'll take it. 23.
23. You finally find like something where the sound's coming from as you pick up the stone. It's like, is this thing on? What's the point of me having a stone that she also has if she doesn't fucking respond? Where the hell is she?
She's right fucking here! What do you want?
Oh god, there she is. All right. What are you guys doing? There's a lot of shit going on here, and my best guess is you guys are at the epicenter of it. Just going for a guess.
I'm assuming this is Silic, the only other person that has my stone. Okay. And otherwise, Treya somehow got hold of it. I'm like, what the fuck? Yes, we are, and we're a little busy right now. Are you still in the air?
Yeah. That's an interesting. Kinda. We're landing. Can't really stay in the air for much longer. Arthur's doing his best, but let's just say
Landing
whatever.
where?
Hold, please. And then really just like goes like several seconds.
This is
Look
the
at-
worst
He was
time!
I look at the party. Does it seem like a stupid idea to send Silic to get the sword, or does it seem like a good idea? Because
A stupid idea.
right. So I walked over
It's
to
a
Gaju
stupid
and
idea.
I say,
Jesus
as
Christ.
soon as you're
That's
as
subtle.
soon as you're ready to
I mean, those aren't
leave,
mutually exclusive.
as soon as Gaju's ready to leave, I'm gonna cast invisibility on him because he'll have it for an hour, and hopefully that will help him get there and back much faster.
Okay.
And then I'll just say, Bird will know when you are approaching, and I'm sure will signal you to the region that the sword is in.
And remind me, invisibility continues until I make an attack or whatever?
Yeah, I
Okay.
have to concentrate on it for an hour.
Okay.
But you will
Just
become
wanna make sure.
invisible. Anything you're wearing or carrying will also be invisible. If you attack or cast a spell, you will become visible. So it is Ren's subtle encouragement for you to get the fuck there and the fuck back. Without
Yeah, I just want to make sure.
Okay. And I just, trying to be reassuring, I just say, if she wanted to kill your family, she would have done it already. They're a trap.
Unfortunately, I'm aware of that.
We're gonna get him out.
Ring ring. Coordinates. Hello?
You guys good?
As you just hear like a pass off, like a sense of wind pass it. It's like, go talk to her. I'm too busy. And then like immediately you hear Nyx's voice. How do I use this thing? Hello?
Oh my god, we don't have time for this. Where are you?
We're kind of like dropping. I don't know. I'm not good at navigation. We're going
You're not
towards
in
some
the
kind of town.
city, are you?
We're in a city. I don't know what city. Yeah, we're not choosing the land. There's a huge battle going on, and yeah, we're landing. Let's say necessity. Necessity.
What? Okay,
Can they
can you
fly
land
away?
out of necessity somewhere else?
Hold, please. Literally, just.
Oh my god.
Your Honor, they're stupid.
Dahlia, what's going on?
I'm
Yeah.
just gonna keep talking into the sending
Yeah,
stone.
yeah. I just asked Arthur. There's no choice of this. Like he said, he tried, and we're landing, and he's trying to get us to like a safe area, but he says like something about safe landing, best land. I don't know, something weird. Something Arthur says. He says weird things.
Okay, give the sending stone to Arthur.
Okay, look, I am not going to keep passing this thing around.
Oh my.
Arthur's very
What's
busy.
wrong?
Like his knuckles are getting white. Like he's holding on to that thing for dear life. I don't think he can hold the stone at the same time.
Alrighty, don't crash, don't die, and preferably don't land anywhere near the city where a giant dragon that is Cacobio can fucking kill you.
Maybe on 1, yes on 2, maybe on 3. All right, I gotta go. Bye.
Was that Silic? What's going on?
I'm going to break this rock in half if I could do it.
Don't do that.
Deep breaths.
What's happening?
In and out.
I would advise against that.
We're going into the castle. That's what's happening. Gaji's going to get the sword. Whatever is happening with Silic, we don't have the power or ability to help them right now.
Yeah, we don't.
They can
but
take
our
care of-
escape ship is not
They can take care of it.
escaping.
Well, then we'll worry about that when the time comes. They can take care of themselves. They'll fix it if they can. Arthur knows what he's doing.
It's true. If the same crew is on the ship, you have more than one talented arcanist aboard.
It sounds like Arthur's maybe 50% sure they're not going to crash and burn. So,
Well, if they don't, then he can
if
can
they
help
don't,
fix. Cindy can help fix. If they do, then it don't matter, does it? Let's do what we came here to do.
Sorry, that's my brother.
Very, very reassuring, Dira. Very reassuring.
We can only worry about one thing at a time. If they crash,
already
we'll go
worrying
help them, but we
about
gotta
more
do
than
this
one thing.
first.
All right,
That's
bitch's
good.
bedroom. Let's go.
Bitch's bedroom.
Kaiju fly.
I give him visibility.
Oh, he's already gone.
Yeah,
Deuces.
I figured he was already gone.
You just
halfway
you
there.
feel like a gust of wind and there's nothing.
Okay.
yeah. But this guy, but at the rate this conversation is going, he's halfway there.
As you notice that eventually you will have to switch back into your regular form, as some of these doors are not wide enough for your bird body to fit through, even if you
He's
kind
not
of
with us. He's left.
That's what I'm talking
He went out
about.
the front.
Oh, you went out through the
door.
front door. I thought you were going through the actual.
That's
No,
why I
he's
gave him
I'm
visibility.
invisible. I have nothing to lose.
Oh, okay. All right, so you're going outside and going in. Okay. All right.
He
So
has a giant invisible bird going back to the village.
okay. Oh, you're going back to the village. Okay, got it. All right.
Yeah.
He's gonna try to.
He's going back with the sword.
Oh, okay.
Chambers.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. And we'll get back to Gaju. Where's the group?
We're
following
going
Ren.
to.
The bitch's
I'm going to
bedroom.
lead them through the castle to Luna Vesco's bedroom. But I would like to try and take the servant quarters all the way through because I know that they are like as many of the halls and things that they use for servants to transport
Sure.
unsightly things so the royalty don't have to see them. I want to try to take those paths as much as I can.
Okay.
I'm assuming being Ren, their first mission when they arrived at the capital was to try and find the best routes that they could into the castle to secure their escape before they inevitably didn't escape, but
Okay.
that's kind of their method, so I'd like to try and use that to my advantage.
Okay. So as you're going
And
through,
I'd like to go ahead of everybody else by a little bit so I can try and keep an eye out for stuff.
okay, so you're moving ahead of everyone else. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so everyone give me a stealth check. I know with your bonus is pretty high, so basically as long as no one gets a natural 1, you're good.
Why would you jinx us like that?
Why would you? That's plus 10.
Spooky 20.
3 plus 6 is 9.
It's not a
19,
1.
because you're going to add a 10.
Yeah.
Oh, is that not concentration?
Not with me.
Oh,
Stealthy
good.
monk subclass
So-
things.
Yay, 16.
That's a 31.
31, all right.
Oh man, I also got a 31.
We got a
I
43.
want to be the only one.
All right. And then, Ren, since you are reconning ahead, give me a perception check as you are trying to move through the halls and keeping an eye out.
You got it. 22.
22. Moving throughout the halls, you guys are able to dodge many of the soldiers that are kind of like moving in and out. Not necessarily staying in the halls, but like crossing through to like other rooms. How far ahead do you want to be compared to the rest of the group? How many feet?
I want to be within eye shot of them, so far enough that I could be like halfway down the hall, basically.
Okay, so
like if they were at a doorway, I would be out to like the next doorway or intersection to try and like peek and clear it, and then
Okay.
like motion them to follow.
due to the way the halls zigzag, probably 60 feet then. So moving ahead, you do notice.
I'm
I'm gonna
taking up the
have.
rear by the.
Okay.
I'm gonna have minor image loaded, like ready to react, just in case I do happen to come across someone. I'd like to use it to like create an empty hallway, so that way, hopefully, if they're just doing patrols or they're running by, I'll have that like ready to go. So if
Okay.
for some reason we cross someone, hopefully I can like beat them and like make it look like the hallway's empty.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay, cool. All right. Without much issue, you're able to make it through most of the way. You eventually get like to like the servant quarters that go like beside and behind many of the suites. As some of these quarters are starting to get more filled with soldiers, but they still don't see you quite yet as you're moving within the shadows. A lot of the candelabras have been put out, and any lighting is very low. Hiding in the shadows are pretty easily. Yeah. Even to some more proficient soldiers, do not take the time to even look in the direction. Maybe there's a slight sound, they look back and don't see past the shadows, and they just keep moving on, assuming that people that need to get killed are dead. Some of them are not fully alert. You can hear a conversation or two going on specifically about, so, what's your bet? Which one do you think is going to win? Oh man, my money's on Soma. Really? Even with the sword, he couldn't take her down. I'm sure she's whipping his ass right now. Other conversations going on specifically about, so do you understand what we're doing here? Are we supposed to be killing the Nelethyrians, or are we supposed to be working with them? I'm very confused. We're supposed to be working with them. Kill the nobles. Don't kill the soldiers. At least the ones that have the markings on them. You eventually are able to make it to a side servant entrance to Lunaveska's private quarters. A very large, grandiose room without any windows. Has a couple statues inside, a huge bed, many vanities, basically the ultimate queen's quarters. You do know that there is a side stairwell that is hidden behind one of the good bookcases that leads downwards. Currently, right now, the bookcase is actually slightly opened. You assume recently someone did go down there.
Do you have any jewelry on the vanity?
Yeah, there's some jewelry.
Is it nice jewelry?
Yeah, she's a queen. It's obviously nice jewelry.
I'm gonna steal some of it.
All right, no one's watching. You can pocket all of it.
Oh fuck yeah! Hell yeah!
Are we all in the room at this point?
I assume so.
I'd like to psychic whispers Gaju and just check in with him, because it's taken us, I'm sure, time to sneak through this whole area, so he's probably got a good clip with his very fast speed.
Yeah, I'd say for your response schedule, when you want to respond, you're about halfway to the town at this point.
I'm about halfway there.
Any sign of the dragon?
You can give me either investigation or perception as your bird form.
It's not very good. Sorry, just. That's a 5.
Okay. You do not see the dragon, Soma, but being in the air, a lot of the smoke has kind of lifted, and there's still some in the air, but you can see it. And the only thing that really grabbed your attention as you're like looking around in the distance, maybe a town past yours, an army of Averant ships in the air. Many of them very similar to yours. It looks like they're creating almost kind of like a barricade. But that's all you can really tell.
I can't see them right now. But there's a blockade forming. It's not good.
By sea?
That must be why they had to land.
A blockade by air or by sea?
I assume sea.
It's hard to tell from your distance. Based off the landscape, you're not high enough to notice if it's above the forest or above the water, but it could be either or.
Possibly both.
Amazing.
Gonna
You're
cause some
invading.
issues getting out. Can I search the room and just see if she has any letters or correspondence or anything that might help us, or see where Gaiju's parents might be being helped?
Investigation check, please.
Can I assist? And if
Yep.
there's something that looks expensive, I'm taking it because
Are
fuck
you
her.
assisting or are you rolling yourself?
I'm gonna
I'll roll
myself.
on my own because I have a +7.
All right, so if you want to do it, then each person, whoever wants to do it in the room, can roll me an investigation check.
19.
19.
23.
23, all right.
And I'm just keeping an eye on the doors while they check stuff out.
Got it.
19 for me.
Okay, so in the room, there's only a couple things that are physical writings on paper. One of them looks like regular letters that are being sent to the king. Probably her putting on a facade, trying to express her affection for him, her admiration, etc., etc., etc. But it definitely does read as kind of like a ploy, a lie, a facade of sorts. Another one specifically is correspondence to a man named Alvarez. This one specifically, it reads as kind of like a contact to a mercenary. What it generally, what it says, hang on, let me pull it up because I just blinked. The time is coming soon. Be ready. Mere hours after the gala, we will strike. Unless anything interferes, make sure you have your men at the ready. Look out for certain logos of the ones who indicated. Try not to attack the Averant soldiers and Nelethyr knights that have these logos on. They served me without any forethought. Once you take care of the job, meet us down in the dungeon. We'll take care of what needs to be done. Afterwards, we convene with my younger self and do as discussed.
Is there a picture of this logo amidst this stuff?
Yes, so the logo is attached to the actual letterhead itself. And the logo itself looks like a head of a dragon. It has like an octagonal circle behind it. So like the horns and the chin is like a little bit longer, like 3D over the actual circle itself. And then behind it almost kind of looks like a star. Like it almost looks like it's supposed to be a symbol of Averant, but they added in kind of like a very polygonal kind of dragon shape to it.
Can I make an attempt to copy this with like inks or something that I find in the room?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want me to roll for it, or?
I mean, you got the skill for that, right? You got a skill for actually doing that, don't you?
Yeah, because I can. Oh yeah, that's right. I have a background forgery, so I can just make
you're
us
fine.
all.
Yeah,
them.
so you can just make one. Yeah, you don't necessarily know how it represents as far as wearing it. It does sound like it's specific, like a patch or a band. But so far, of the people that you've seen that you've crossed, nobody that you've seen so far has had this logo on them. Nothing on a wrapping, nothing on a piece of armor. All the people you've seen thus far has not worn this logo.
Even the ones out on the battlefield in Gaju's town?
Correct.
Okay. So what I think I'm going to do is, while everyone else is looking around, I'm going to make a...
I'll say if Dolly, sorry to interrupt, because Dolly would also be reading this too. The two people that you would have seen so far, Dolly, that would be having this is the soldier and the giant that have this marking on them. The soldier has like a band wrapped around their left arm, specifically about forearm positioning, and due to the hill giant not wearing top clothes, it looks like he actually has a tattoo branded on his back with this symbol on it.
I was gonna say his loincloth was it, and I was just like, what a weird way to put it.
Just
but
right
okay.
there, targeted, right there on the
Yeah,
loincloth. Check out my logos right there. Come on, check it out.
Branded, sporting that gear. Okay, that was a much more mature version of it.
While everybody is looking around, I'm gonna try to make quick work to go through like her bedclothes. I'm just gonna take my dagger and like shear multiple sections of it that are long enough to wrap around someone's arm, and then I'm gonna like do a quick and dirty symbol of that, because most people are just gonna be glancing, like it's gonna be during combat, you know.
Sure.
But I know that I can do it.
What?
Her bedclothes, like her sheet. I'm taking her sheet.
Oh, I thought we were talking about like undergarments, like making it out of Chantilly lace or something like that.
I understood what you meant. I wrap a thong around my forearm and we just crudely.
Just so the new Averant
Be
thong,
like,
right?
you're rocking the thong too? Oh yeah, you're good. Go on, you know.
Oh, I'm one of the elite ones. Yeah.
The skinnier the underwear, the more elite you are. Oh, I see. You got G-string. You go.
No, bedclothes are sheets and things. So I'm just. If anyone's watching Ren, like with
Can confirm.
Taking a dagger and just shearing this and ripping the even strips, and then they're gonna take some of the ink from in there and make the symbol on there, and then just dry it, and then walk around and tie one on everyone, and I'll also make an extra one for Gaju.
Okay.
What's that?
This is a disguise, a handy one for anyone who doesn't know your face. This mark is to identify people that shouldn't be harmed, so it might give us even a moment's pause to get a one-up on.
Whatever we can get.
Yeah, it'll identify us as the enemy, essentially.
Good to know.
So yeah, I'll make one. I'll just spend the rest of the time we're in here. Ren is trying to kill a little time for Gaju to get a head start, because they know once we get in the thick of it, it could be over and done before he even gets back. And so they really are just trying to go slow and methodical to do this. So they're okay to take a little time.
Gotcha.
To make these things and make them look decent while everyone else is investigating and looking around.
For Zephynia, because you're the one that got a 23, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Let me double check. It's 20 something.
Yeah.
As long as it's over 20. So you happen to notice something. It's kind of like hidden in plain sight, but it looks more decorative. But you notice it as otherwise. It looks like pretty close to a bedside. It looks like it's a piece of artwork, but as you look in close, you actually can see it's almost kind of like a cleric's resting place, almost like where someone can actually pray to contact their god. But it's hidden very much in plain sight. And as you can look, the frame itself has an edging on every 4 parts of the frame. Luna, Vesca, Cacopial. And it's all written in a certain spot, and all the picture shows is a circular rune over a circular rune over a third circular rune, with 4 chairs and a table. to you, this looks very familiar, as this looks like something that you've randomly appeared in when they thought you were Luna.
Hey, Dahlia. Can you come check this out really quick?
I definitely don't shove a very nice necklace in my bag. I walk over. Yes, what's up?
I thought maybe it was another stupid dream, or just pulled into her dreamscape, and I'm starting to think it was more than that. I sat at that table with the Queen and Luna, and that's where they thought I was Luna, and as the cleric that I know, what do you make of this?
You can give me a religion check or an arcana check, Dahlia. And then, Zephrina, because you're familiar with it, you can give me an insight check on the picture itself.
$21.
21, nice.
15.
15. The familiarity, Zephrina, is mostly what you get out of it. The only thing you notice is it seems like the picture is almost kind of a, not really like alive, but sort of sentient. Dahlia, as you look at it, you actually see that, yes, this is artwork of the actual thing that you saw, but this is also an entrance to get there. As you notice that actually the runes on them are not just runes painted on them, you can actually move them on the picture. You can actually turn the 3 different runes on the picture.
This looks like kind of like a summoning portal for this room. You can adjust these, and I'm pointing at them. I'm not touching them.
Okay.
You can adjust these runes to, I guess, create it or teleport there.
DM question, is this something that we can take with us, or is it too big?
It is quite large. Even if you decide to take off the framing and wrap it up, it looks like it would be too long for you to carry into something.
Can I shove it in a bag of holding?
Mm-mm. It's too wide to fit into the actual dimensions of the bag.
Okay. I was there, and so were the pieces of Cocopial. I don't know, is this... Do you think she's there? A piece of her is there now?
Just look up from what I'm doing. You could
Maybe
break
surprise her?
You could break it and then she wouldn't be able to go back there. And I just go back to drawing.
I point at random. I am all for breaking things of Cocopios right now.
Can we
This
break
isn't
it?
the only
Will that
one.
work? I mean, it's
Can
worth
I
a
take
try,
it?
I guess.
Can I give it a good, solid, trusty kick with my 8 strength?
Sure. Yeah, you can give me an athletics check or a strength check to just bust right into it.
Do you really want to do that? We don't know what it does. We don't know if she is there. We could trap her.
At an 11.
11.
I just went for it.
I mean, you kick at it, what's your unarmed damage? How much damage you do for an unarmed strike? Was it like 4?
If I add unarmed, yeah, so 11. No, wait, because that was a 12. If I did an unarmed strike, it would be.
Should just be a solid flat
16.
number. No, for damage.
Oh, for damage, that's a solid 0.
0 points. So you kick into it, and as soon as you kick into it, you hit it, but maybe a barrier or something like that. As you immediately touch it, you get pushed back. It doesn't harm you, but it almost seems like it's being protected by something.
No, that ain't too surprising.
What did you find? What did you determine? That it's a portal or something?
Something like that.
I mean, magic things you can't usually just break.
It either conjures and creates it, or it teleports you to it, but it is some sort of little meeting room of sorts.
Well, let me go back a little bit. Does anybody in this team exceed at least 6 feet in height?
I'm close to it, but not quite.
I don't. Gaju probably, but he's not here.
Not here.
One
Gotcha's not
person
and yeah. So yeah, none of you are tall enough to actually keep it on their side. Like, this is the size of a pretty long greatsword if you decide to wrap it up without the frame. So if anybody decided to put it on their back, they'd literally be like dragging it along with them.
Well, if we roll it up without the frame, couldn't that go into the bag of holding?
True. Okay, yeah, you technically could. Yeah, you could. Yeah, that's true. I didn't think about that. Yeah.
Alright, let me be
All right,
the one.
let's do the Mary Poppins.
Let me. I don't know what the Mary Poppins is, but do we really want to take Cocopio's little summoning thing
Well, to be fair,
us?
if you put it in a bag of holding,
And it's a portal that could be bad.
Yeah, if you put it in there and it's, I mean, if it actually is currently a portal, then it'll just explode and destroy everything and suck us all into the astral sea. But if it's not currently a portal, then it would just be something rolled up inside of the bag.
It would just be an inert magic
All
item, right?
Since everybody's now talking about this, for the people who have not made a check yet, which is Ren and Dira, you can make an Arcana check due to the fact that we're talking magic right now.
Yeah, that's gonna be.
I'm just saying we could just graffiti it and
9 minus 1 for an 8.
Fair enough.
1.
What'd you get?
21.
21. Yeah, you could definitely tell that you're not sure if it's a portal to here or a portal to there, but it is a portal nonetheless. It looks like it does kind of require the frame to properly work. Maybe it has less charges without the frame, but it would still work.
Oh no, he froze.
Joe froze. Joe froze.
He's in the portal!
He froze.
Oh,
No, Joe, come back.
okay, there you go.
froze.
Yeah, you're back.
We
Okay,
got
turn.
you. See
I'm
you
just
now.
like, nothing happened over here. Everybody was still moving and shit. Like, I'm like, okay.
You said it kind of needs the frame to work.
Okay, so it's probably where it cut me off. So it's like the frame allows it to keep charge. It still works on the frame, but maybe it like runs out of battery power without the frame.
But do I determine with that check that I shouldn't put it in another?
You would
like,
assume,
container?
based off of your check, that it's probably smart to not put it in the bag of holding.
Okay. Do I think I've never done anything like this before, but do I think that I could use like my plague infestation or like an inflict wounds type thing to try and like corrupt it with plague so it couldn't be used?
I really
could try.
like these petty.
You could try.
maneuvers.
You could try.
Okay. Do you want me to roll like a spell attack?
Just roll me a d20. As long as you get at least a 10, it takes effect.
Am I adding something onto that or just rolling?
Just regular d20.
Alright. I look at everybody before I do it because I'm not already just like tried to murder them all like today, and so I feel like I'm on thin ice and I'm trying to be good.
Thank you.
I could try to corrupt it if you want to prevent it from being used again. You said that you went there before, like as a
Once they thought I was Luna. They couldn't tell the difference until I started talking. Then they realized I wasn't.
Do they use this item to be in Congress with each other, or what's?
I don't know.
Is that what we think?
I was pulled there. I didn't ever see this before.
But maybe that's her way of accessing it. I mean, she's a goddess. How would you not already have that just like in your pocket at all times? I really
Worth
want
a
to
try.
study this. I really want Hades to study this, but he's like in the other room taking a shit or something.
It's just like, give me a second, guys. Like, the Call of the Wild.
Hades
Like,
looking
give me a
through
minute.
Cocopio's panty drawer right now. Like,
Be like, damn!
I have my regular scroll case, which I believe still contains the funky maps of the future. Unless I gave those to Gaju. I don't know if that ever got established. I think canonically, I still have them. I meant to show them to him, but then we went into the future. I think that's what happened. So I'm gonna. Is this like how big is this thing that we're talking about? Like
The picture?
yeah, it's just like a picture plate. It's
It's canvas inside of a frame. With the frame itself, it's roughly about 12 feet in height and about 10 feet in width.
okay. So even if we cut it out and we rolled it up and then folded it in half, could I like shove it in a quiver or a spell
Or fold it in
or
half
like
and then rolled it.
I mean, if you
Yeah,
decided to like fold it and like fold it, yeah, I mean, you could probably put it in something. Yeah.
Just tie it up like a bedroll.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Is I could roll it up and I could put it in like I have like a map case, and that's like that big around, or I could just put it in my regular pack because I don't have a bag of holding.
Yeah, if you decide to just fold it up and obviously damage the material of it, yeah, you could put it in something that's at least a large item, some kind of knapsack or something like that.
If rolling it up is going to hurt it, then I don't think you need to worry about too much about what kind of magic item it is. But I think
Sure.
it's not going to
Right.
hurt it. So
I agree with Zephinia's idea that if we completely destroy it, then all possibility of using it against her is lost. However, I am afraid that goddesses of many sorts could just pop through this at any time, so I'm not super excited about that idea.
I'll take the risk. I'll carry it. Shove it in my bag.
Zephynia, your tattoos start to glow brighter.
Happened before, and then the dragon showed up.
What color are they?
Crimson.
That's it. That happened before with the dragon. It was that color. They're not usually that
I'm gonna
color.
rush to the window and look out.
Doesn't look any different. Still looks like there's a war going outside, but you don't see the dragon at this immediate moment. But as soon as you like look in the reflection of the window, like the slight reflection of yourself, you immediately get like pulled into like a vision. And you're in someone's body right now. As you just like hang in there, someone's holding up your arms as you're just like spitting up blood. As you see Luna Vesca in her regular form come up. This can be over whenever you give me the information, sister. Go to hell. Slaps across the face. Just take the power back. That Azamar does not need your power. Take it back and we can fix everything. Get pulled back in your body.
Oh, she has Luna. She's beating her up, and they would like their power back that
she?
they have given to me.
Well,
Which
they can't
one?
have it.
I don't know if she can find us through me.
Which
Can
one
I focus?
is first of all, how many, I don't think I've ever fully understood this. How many of her are there, and why is one your friend and the other ones all want you to die? And which one is beating up
Friend
which
is a
one?
loose term.
First one's easy.
More-
As far as we know, there's 4. Luna Vesca, who is the queen here. Allmother, who is nasty, demonic, whatever the hell. Luna, who gave Zephynia her power so she could go on about and have fun. And apparently is being beaten up now.
Is she the one from the hotel outside of the club where everyone got
Yeah,
arrested?
yeah.
Okay, that one. Okay.
And then the little one that ain't none of us ever seen in real life.
A child.
I had dreams about her, but that's all we really know.
And some of them are opposed to each other.
They don't seem to get along real well. Seems like Luna Vesca and the Allmother, that's a dragon now. Maybe they're together? I don't know.
So
Maybe they're fighting too, who can tell?
You mean to tell me the Queen of Nelethyr and the Queen of Averant are a fraction of the same person, as we've apparently determined, and also the fraction of goddess?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
This is what we've been dealing with for months. For years, I guess. They've been dealing with it for years.
None of us are getting out of this alive. You all know that, right?
We've said that a lot of times before, and we still did. So we do what we
Well,
can
we
until then.
So,
Sick new armband, so hopefully.
Sooner or later, it's going to be true, but we do what we can till then.
I'm tying an armband onto Hades. I've made these armbands with the symbols of the chosen soldiers of Lunaveska on them, so hopefully we get a pass when we walk by other soldiers. And also at the same time, before we put this thing in Dira's backpack, I want Hades to look at it. First, we'll tell him the things we just saw and know as he's walked in the room, and which is basically this is a giant painting looking thing, but what Zephinia kind of figured out from magic and me from a Arcana check is that it's a portal of some sort, so we're not putting it in the bag of holding because we don't want to all die, but it's a portal that allows maybe all of the bits of Cocopial to talk to each other, kind of like what happened to Zephinia in that dream that one time. So we're trying to figure out more about it if you want to take a look at it before we move along.
Because we mostly
why not?
rolled garbage Arcana.
Yeah, he'll be like, oh, okay, let me take a look, and I will attempt an Arcana roll on it.
On the artwork?
I thought it was a painting.
Yeah, painting, yeah.
Yeah, he said artwork. It sounded like armor.
Okay, yeah, I was like, wait, what armor are we talking about now? No, that is going to be 23.
23. This is the best way to put it is it seems like it's a spell that takes it to a very specific dimension. Not too unsimilar to where she took you when she fought you, but to a different location. It looks like maybe there's so many locks put on this dimension that specific keys are required to get inside. This is one of the, certain doors. This is one of those doors. Not saying it's the only door, but it's one of the few doors that can lead into that dimension. Destroying it itself is not an easy task, but you can definitely tell that this thing almost has its own internal GPS. Whoever is attuned to it can know where it goes.
All right, so he's going to be like, well, it does seem as though perhaps this is a doorway to some alternate dimension, that if you are attuned to it, but only certain people can use it. So if we do believe that Cocopial has the stinky hens in this whole situation, the only one that would potentially be able to use it would be Zephyr.
And it tracks you.
It says it, I assume it has some ability to kind of locate your global position, I suppose.
Well, maybe we don't want to take it with us then.
I think we should do the first thing.
Can she take somebody else through there?
Of course she
can.
Can she? I don't know.
I'd say the only way to know the full schematics of how this works is getting a natural 20 on it. Or with the proper spell or ability, depending on if you got one. Based off what you guys can all tell and you guys can put together, this is an attunable item, can be tuned to one person at a time, depending on who's synced to it. You guys can definitely tell it doesn't need to be one of the four to access it. It just might be more efficient with them.
My only worry is that, what if she took Gaju's family in there?
Well, she has a convenient prison right here. And as I told Gaju, she's not taking them because she wants them. She's taking them because it's a trap. Us going downstairs is exactly what she wants us to do. That's why they're down there. It's because she's waiting for us. We're not going to have much more of the element of surprise other than the sneak that we get on the way down.
I mean, I can just always cast sending to them and ask them where they are.
It's true. But we are very close.
At this point, Zephinia, you get a message. Zephinia? Lovely. What'd you just do? She just left me and yelled out your name, and now she's flying in your direction.
Oh, we gotta destroy this and go. I'll talk to you later. We gotta destroy this and go. She's on her way.
At this point, due to how fast she's going, Gaju, you're almost at town, and you just see a giant dragon just fly by you.
Okay, I'm with it on destroying it.
I'm gonna try to
we can
it.
flee the scene.
If you want to try again, roll me another 20, and without any bonuses, to see if you can, or do the
What dice do I want?
Exactly. How fast is she going?
Based off of her speed compared to yours, you assume that she can move triple your speed.
What I have to get, Joe? 10 or above?
10 or above.
I got a 10.
He's got a 10? Okay. As you push your hand into this and you just force all the infection into it, you literally see all the pigment leave out the color of the actual ink itself. It's like almost like you're both pulling and draining from it, pushing and draining from it. And the color of it goes away as you start to almost see like glass shatter as like the magic fades away as it turns into just a black and gray piece of artwork that loses all magic to it.
Now, we haven't covered this at all yet, and I don't know if it counts because it's a thing, not a person. But I now have that ability where if I kill something, I can see its memories from the past 24 hours.
I did imply this is a sentient object, so it does work.
What do I get?
So, how much time did it give you on the previous memories?
I think that it's 24 hours, but let me just double check because I haven't gotten to use this at all yet. Features and traits. It's racial traits. You drain a creature of everything, mind, flesh, and soul. You can only do this once per long rest. During this process, you absorb all of them into you. You heal for 2d12 HP and are able to regain their memories for the last 24 hours.
Okay. All right. So as this is happening, you blink your blank right for a bit, and then you immediately focus. As you go back as far as possible, the last 24 hours, it goes silent for a couple hours, and then you see just like a formation of some kind of creature form up. Scaled wings, pale face, pigmentation of darkness. You immediately come up to it and twist in one ring a couple times, twist in a center ring a couple times, the second ring a couple times, like a combination lock. Eventually just pushes her hand through, and then you see through the side of where the hand comes out. She walks over to the table. Only 2 people sitting there, herself and Lunaveska. But looks like Lunaveska is already there. And you're watching this as if you're watching it through like an actual camera. Discussing the events that are transpiring right now. Finally, we will be able to see each other again without the illusion of this damned contraption you had to make. It works, doesn't it? We can now talk. But this charade will be done. After about 20 years of time, I am sick of hiding. I am sick of being a leader of a damn cult. Well, still take it slow. You can't let them know your influence over everything. It'd be best that most of them don't even know my influence over everything. What about the other 2? I've been able to get someone to summon Luna here. She won't know where she's at. Once we get her here, we'll convince her to find the other one. Drain the power back, then we can use her. What about the little one? Time will tell. She's young. She can be manipulated. That's pretty much it.
Okay, bad, very bad. They're going to drain Luna and try to use Luna to find baby Cocopial, and then do whatever they have to do to sway and or kill that one as well. Where's Luna? Also, we need to go downstairs now. Because
she's probably down there.
Or she might be getting beaten up by somebody else.
Little Luna, like
gotten a vision. But let's walk and talk. We'll walk and talk.
Yeah, I'm gonna check in with Gaudra real quick and be like, "Have you seen a dragon?"
She's coming your way.
Like, okay, let's go.
At this immediate time, you hear a roar outside coming in your direction very fast.
Letting everybody through the door, taking up the rear.
Run.
Okay.
I'm booking it downstairs.
All right, you guys
Yep.
start running. As you make your way back downstairs and you start heading through, do we still have Pass the Thought Trace up? Okay. I need everyone to give me a stealth check again, just as long as you don't have a natural 1. You're good.
Nope, they're both, they're both 12s.
Okay.
39.
That's actually very good for me. That is a 29 for me.
Okay.
And so 20.
Okay.
28.
Working class 20.
Working test 1. Nice. Moving your way through the halls and trying to dodge any of the soldiers that might, look odd towards you. You head your way down as maybe 5 minutes later, you hear a crash into the castle. And you just hear a loud thud as everybody's just what the fuck? You kind of just see out the window a tail hanging down as you assume that she's trying to find you.
And we're heading down to the basement
You're
right
heading
now.
down to the basement. So as you, I'm assuming, went through the secret
Psychic
hatch.
whispers. Oh. Can I psychic whispers and be like, Gajrodakash, have you gotten that sword yet?
I'd say you're about to land if you decide to go directly for it. Maybe 1 minute away.
Working on it.
Bird should be there looking out for any of us, so
Okay.
you should be able to find Bird.
Okay. As you start taking the secret Luna Vesca passage down, it doesn't take too long as she does have her own kind of fashioned elevator after you wrap yourself down a couple flights of steps. As you find yourself into a surprisingly very intricate cavern. Minus not having windows, this looks like the castle itself. Very beautiful floors, chandeliers, but it has a very dark ominence to it. Even the candles themselves are being ferried with green light instead of the natural yellow embers. The dark magic of the place itself is abundant. For everyone that's there, unfortunately, I got you. I need an Arcana check, please.
Oh, natural 1 on my end.
Oh, shit.
3 for a 2.
Oh, shit.
13.
Okay.
15. That's a 15. 15.
Okay.
It's a very confident 7.
Very confident 7. All right. Apollo, you can't really fully register what's happening here, but you know it's not affecting your magic. Sophinia, you can definitely tell you're getting closer to Luna. Outside of that, can't tell anything else. You can definitely tell it's affecting some kind of magic, but Apollo, you're good. Sophinia doesn't seem to be affecting your abilities, but you know you're getting closer to the source.
Yeah, psychic whispers. I think Luna is up ahead.
And I will follow it up with... Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, I was going to follow that up with, and be careful with your magics. I don't know if it's going to affect people.
Noted.
Sophinia's magic, or
That is a very valid question.
Anybody. All right. Noted. Let's go.
noted?
Does it look like this is different from last time I was down here? Was this stuff active before or no?
It was not. None of the magic was active down here before. It looked like it was just basically hey, I got money. Let me make myself some kind of area that's completely useless. Now it's being used.
No, I communicate that to everyone. Whatever this is, she intended it for now. So, whether it can be dispelled or identified, I'm not sure. I'm not familiar with it at all.
You can also tell that as you walk through, a few things about the ambiance. One, even though the green luminescent candles are barely lit and aren't creating much of an emberish light, without them, if you do not have dark vision, you're completely blind. Two is based off the way that this is arranged, these lights also seem to have some kind of secondary effect. Apollo, you can probably tell right off the bat that maybe if someone uses a very specific kind of magic, it could either negate it, redirect it. There's some secondary effect in the area. It doesn't affect your magic, though. You assume it's not for you, it's for somebody else. Lastly, the floors themselves, and you can tell this, Apollo, more than anybody else, is an illusion. You could easily get lost in this place even if you're going in a straight line. But only Apollo, you're noticing this. Due to everybody else's Arcana checks, you're the only one who really can notice this. Zephynia, you're mostly just attuned to following the source. Maybe with your eyes closed, you could figure out where to go, but you wouldn't be able to help anybody else lead there.
Does Dira need to be able to see right now?
No, my I've got dark vision from armor now.
Okay.
Perfect. All right, I was gonna say I can cast it on you if you need.
I'm set.
At this point,
Okay, so
we're going to pause. Gotcha, you landed.
oh yeah.
Okay.
You're in the center courtyard. You can see the sword. Currently, right now, there are no soldiers in sight that see you.
Did Bren's bird cover the sword?
Ren's bird is not covering the sword, but if you look around, you can actually see Ren's bird kind of like hiding within a shadow of a corpse. You randomly just see like the beak kind of poke out as it's just kind of watching with beady eyes.
I'm gonna make sure that I don't like hit anyone or anything or make too much of a noise, and I'm gonna try to find like something to either drop onto the sword that I can pick it up with or kind of wrap it up in a way that I'm not gonna
there's a lot of
myself in the process.
A lot of fabric all over the place, places burning, that there's different materials you can pick up to kind of create yourself a little wrapping a sack of sorts that you can use to at least carry it without having to physically touch it. At about a few minutes time, you can make something, a little makeshift kind of cloth to wrap around it, and you're able to pick it up. You do feel a sudden jolt that even though you're not touching it, as you wrap it up, you do feel like it's not hurting you, but you can feel what people can most likely feel when they're fully touching it. That you can definitely tell that, unfortunately, this blade you cannot touch regularly. But luckily, you can at least wrap it and you can do it, but it is kind of affecting your concentration. You can still stay in your form, but it kind of gives you like a migraine just by carrying it. But you have the blade. And Spur just kind of comes at you and just kind of like looks at you, kind of crooked head.
I'll kind of like offer a bird's shoulder for it to sit on.
Oh yeah, Bird, if knowing that one of our party has the sword, would return with Gaju for sure.
Okay. Just hops on then.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to lift off. I'm gonna circle around the city and see if there's any sight of Metacana.
Okay. All right. As you circle around the city, give me an investigation check. It will take you some time to kind of give you a full lay of the land of the city, but you can give me an investigation check. Words.
Just kidding. You're invisible, so Bird can't see you.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Can I make like a low whistle for it to recognize? I don't know.
I mean, it notices that the blade moves. It notices it gets wrapped up, and it kind of like keeps getting closer and kind of wondering about it. And it looks like it's trying to do something. You're not quite sure what it's trying to do, but you're able to pick it up, and it can't really hinder you in any way.
And once you pick it up, I think it disappears because anything you're carrying. Yep. So I think at that point, Bird would probably just like start flying back to me because its instructions are now
complete,
like impossible to carry out. So.
Sure. Okay.
I got a 19.
Okay. So at least for the first minute flying around the city, there are only a handful of people that you find that are civilians or not part of this war, and they don't fit the description of your sister. It's still going to take some time to really look through all the nooks and crannies of the actual town itself. We'll get back.
Okay.
Right.
In Psychic Whispers, the group will just hear sword gotten.
As soon as you
Hearing
guys...
that, I snap. So my bird apparates to me because I'll know that.
For some reason unknown to the group, as soon as you get that Psychic Whispers, you all get like a 2-second migraine.
Does bird appear because it's a magical conjuration? Or is it being blocked for some reason?
No, it like reappears to you. Are you implying?
Yeah, like I can basically like resummon it into a space.
Yep, you got
and
it.
Dismiss it.
Yep.
Okay, so magic worked.
Mm-hmm.
Judging by your faces, you guys all felt that too.
Yeah, what was that?
I just say
Nothing
back in
good.
Psychic Whispers. Are you back? Do we get a migraine again?
I don't... Gadget, do you respond? Oh no.
Do my best.
Okay. No, it's your second migraine.
It don't want him talking to us.
I will tell Bird to fly. You said that there's windows where we are, or are we in the basement now?
You're in the basement, so there are no windows.
Okay. And did we close the door behind us, or did we leave it open?
It's up to you.
I was at the back, so I probably left it open.
Yeah, because we knew Gaji was coming. So I'm going to send Bird up, and I'm going to tell them to be upstairs. I'm going to tell them to find a way to the roof, because they should be able to fly like out the door and hopefully get back up outside, because I want them to be a beacon to Gaju, because if Gaju's gonna come in like a bat out of hell into this room and just get down the stairs to try to avoid the dragon, I want him to know where he's going. So I want Bird to try to guide him. So I'm gonna go tell them to go back upstairs for now.
Okay.
And so have them fly out and be on their way.
Got it.
I'll tell Gaju that and risk the migraine that like Bird is gonna try to guide them to the room.
Fair enough. Okay. All right.
Okay.
For the group in the corridors, you start moving along this pathway. The people walking through the corridor, I need a wisdom saving throw as you're moving through the actual corridors itself.
Anybody within 10? No, I haven't actually cast that yet.
Oh.
But anyone within 10 feet of me, add 3.
I'd say that the whole group would just be next to you. So, yeah.
And is this a charm of any sort?
Because if it is, anyone within 10 feet of me is immune.
For me. Yeah, it's a charm.
Okay,
so anyone within 10 feet of me is immune. But I'm going to make the roll anyway.
Real dice after this, because this is the 4th 8 in a row that I've gotten off of.
So that's a spooky 20, and if you let me double check. Yes, if you are within 10 feet of me, you cannot be charmed.
All right, so never mind on the rolls. You guys are all fine.
Amazing.
So as the room starts to look like, the hallways look like to start to zigzag, immediately being close to Dira immediately restraightens the hallways as the illusion takes no effect on you. Moving through.
By the way, I'm going to take a moment to say that I am wearing my stupid.
Your goggles? Okay.
Yep.
All right, fair enough.
They're not stupid. They're of unique taste.
They look real dumb, but they're useful.
I like them.
As you pass through this hallway, the hallway is really just one straight line. but it's so dark that you can only see up to your vision and no further than that. So 60 feet or 120, depending on your vision, and unable to see what's coming up next. But every about 50 feet or so, there's a long portrait always on the a tall portrait always on the right side of the wall. And this portrait, at first, like, not able to make heads or tails of it, but after you see a few of them, you're able to register that every portrait, every single one of these 10 portraits, is what you can tell is the original true form of a blade of Bahamut, what it's supposed to look like at its most base, unattuned form. You now can register what each blade represents. The first one you come across has a white border, and it just says life underneath. The next one is a purple border, and it says order. Next one is more of a darker purple. That one says death. I'm sorry, that one's black. That one's death. Darker purple. Next is chaos. There's one that's like a forest green. It says earth. One that is a what looks like kind of like a bluish green. That says wind. Another one that's a kind of like a purplish blue that says storm. Red fire. Blue water. And then one that has no color at all, and it's just left blank. Eventually you start after
like,
oh yeah, go ahead.
Does it look like it's always been blank, or does it look like it's been like removed?
As you look through them, it looks like not necessarily like someone removed it. It looks like they are enchanted to say something, almost like maybe you can assume that they're only placed with a name when someone's attuned to them. All the other blades you can assume are attuned to somebody at this current moment. And the last one, no one is currently attuned to.
And it doesn't have a name?
Doesn't have a name. You can assume...
What color is it?
It has no color. It has no color at all.
Have we established if this sword that Gaji's getting is a blade of Bahamut?
Yes, we have.
I was gonna say, if Ren is
Yeah.
staring at the blank one, Apollo or Hades comes up and he's just like, I'm gonna assume here, based on looking at the other ones, that this one is potentially the blade of Bahamut, which was up in the throne room as part of the prizes of the tournament, and that is what we sent Kaiju back.
But it concerns me that someone else is attuned to every single one of them, but this one.
Well, we also found out that this one could not necessarily be attuned to somebody unless they were completely of pure heart and everything of that nature. And as well as the other ones, when combined next to this one, could have the ability to open up Bahamut's tomb and kill Bahamut.
I'm not really a religious person, but that seems concerning.
Well, for good reasons.
The sooner we get it, the better.
Can say that again.
The sooner we get it, the better.
One way or another.
Ever been manipulated by any of those individuals? Ever?
Joe, question: is there a candle like nearby, like at floor level, by like where we're at?
Yeah, this candelabra is pretty close to you.
And they got that green flame on them.
Green flame.
Can I go up and just blow it out?
You blow some natural air at it, and they just kind of push by with wind, but they just reignite.
Copy that.
Okay. Continue moving on.
Continue to find Luna.
Okay.
Saving the fam. We're
As
going in.
As you start to get closer, I need everyone to give me a perception check, please.
That I can't help you with.
Oh, good.
Oh,
That's
16.
13.
13.
That's gonna be a 15.
15.
21.
Okay. So Okay, so I think everybody but Sophia are able to notice that up ahead there are some soldiers. You can't see them quite yet, but you can hear them. They're currently just talking about what their current job is. So how long are we supposed to stay here for? As long as it takes. Are you not happy you got promoted? I am, but just stand here? Dude, just... We're not doing anything. We're getting paid to stand still. What is there to complain about? Yeah, I know, but like... Alright. Like, what are we standing here for? We're supposed to stop intruders from coming in and stop some of the captives from leaving. Like, what do we do when they come by? We kill them. You got a sword? Oh, right.
As we hear them, since I've walked through this prison area before, do I know what is that way? Is it lead to like the larger prison area?
Yeah, so it leads into a more arcane prison, less of actual metal bars and more of like stopping people from casting magic to leave. But the you do know it's kind of like almost kind of like a mini throne room as well under down here. Kind of something more, I'd say, relating to more demonic, but not necessarily.
Okay, I have an idea. So since all of these people, I'm assuming over the last like 2 weeks, have seen me working with her, and no one has seen me not working with her, I think I'm going to try to, and now that I'm wearing the armband thing, I think I'm going to try to approach them alone and dismiss them.
Okay.
If that's cool with everyone else. Because right now they don't know that I'm not a bad guy. So.
We're all just wearing our armbands like...
I'll be ready for that to go south, but just kind of stand and...
Ready for it to go south. Yeah. Okay, alright.
So I'm going to just, like, walk up as I come through the dark, like, because I know it's dark in there and it's hard for them to see me, especially me, because I'm always a little bit in the shadow. So I'm just gonna walk up like I'm supposed to be there, with my chin up a little bit, walk in like a military stance, long trained, and just make eye contact with one of them.
Okay. Give me a deception check with advantage, because you technically should be here.
Thank God for advantage, because one of those was a 9. Let's see. That's going to be a 26.
Okay. As you start coming out of the shadows, immediately one guy's like, "Halt! Who goes there?" Immediately another one's like, "Whoa, what are you doing?" "But we're supposed to stop him." "Not that one. Don't you know who that is? That's the assassin. Let them pass." "But you said everyone. Not this one. Let them go." As they don't stop you from passing by.
I just walk up to them and say, "Is that a problem?"
No, not at all. Not at all. We're just doing our job, and he's a new guy. He's fine.
And then remind me, DM, further on where they're going, is there an exit that way? Does it lead out to like where they're bringing the prisoners in?
Yeah, so there's just like how there's this long entrance to get there's another long entrance to get to another spot in there. It's like a corridor of a corridor, and it's kind of like coming down to like almost like an underground parking garage to connect to this room that you're heading to.
Okay. And that would be the way that they would have come in, because they wouldn't ever go through the Queen's quarters.
No.
Okay, so I will look at both of them and just say, the members of Horiath have been spotted in the surrounding areas outside the castle. All reinforcements are needed to assist.
But
the Queen does not want him to leave here alive.
We were told actually from the Queen to stay right here. Like she told us.
I will personally see to it. That is why I am here. And I draw my sword and hold it like at rest.
Okay. Okay, natural one. Just looks at you. It's like, right. All right, come on, guys. You know, it's like we are told to stay. Shut the fuck up. Let's go. And then just starts pushing them towards the.
I'll let the plague creep up a little bit, so it's like a little creepy to be around me. So they're like, oh no, get away from this thing.
They immediately start running, and they don't see any of you guys kind of like hanging out there as they run past you to immediately go up towards like the elevator and immediately like take it back up. As for some reason they're taking the elevator back.
All right.
Okay. You currently have 3 soldiers away.
Good job.
Don't like thinking about what you've been through the last couple weeks, but at least it was useful for that.
Mostly it was waiting for all of you to show up.
Keep on keeping on.
Now what? Keep on. Keep on keeping on.
Okay.
Katie's just thinking to herself, like, holy shit, we could have talked our way through so many things at this point.
We could use words instead of our actions?
Not burn stuff?
Revolutionary.
Insanity.
That's what happens when you're really good at lying.
As you go into
that's definitely not me.
As you go into the next area where it's the first room, it looks like it's a large, kind of like trying to be built kind of chapel, but it's not finished yet. Different kind of enchantments, some statues kind of built, and it looks like that's in memorial specifically to Cocopial, very similar to what Averant has, new Averant has, but this one is showing more of her true form. It's still in the construction, as you see a couple soldiers around, and you also see one guy that is carrying what looks like a big, huge great axe. And he's not even like carrying over his shoulder. He's just kind of like resting it, like the blade on the ground. He's just kind of like pivoting it as he turns around. How'd you get this far?
Is it just me?
Yeah, it's just you.
I continue to let a little bit of shadow curl, like a little bit of the plague curl off, like I'm like midway summoning.
Okay.
What? I'm confused why you think you can speak to me that way.
Just looks at you, looks up and down. Where the hell did you take the idiots?
Well, fortunately, they were in a pocket dimension that the lady constructed, and then it exploded. So, if her magic is as good as we all think it is, hopefully they're dead.
Just looks at you up and down. Give me another deception check.
Natural 16 for 26.
Okay. Alright. Well, unfortunately, I'm on the strict instructions that the only way past through the stairway. If you need to be here, then you can be here. But, rules are rules.
Well, there was a commotion upstairs, so I'm just checking to make sure nothing is awry.
We're all good down here.
I'm gonna give it a quick once-over. Can I make a perception check?
Sure.
Oh. It's gonna be an 18.
Okay. You're able to spot a few things. One is there's several Averant soldiers kind of hanging around, not super hidden, but since you're kind of like being at a beeline straight ahead, you did not see them until you started actually looking around. Along with the elite that you're meeting up in the front. Here, I'm going to put you on so you can just know where you're at. Everybody else is going to be back here. Just going to be down at the bottom. You do notice a couple things. So the statues that are glowing green, those are the 2 statues that are made towards Cocopial. They both look like actually a variant version of her. One looks like the demonic version, but almost like half that, half Luna Vesca. The other one is like the same thing. It's like starts off with Luna Vesca, and it's like half Cocopial. It seems like what you can assume is that the soldiers down here, as they have their wraps on, they have the logo on them. They look like they are quite aware, or at least the elite, is quite aware of, the multiple Lunas and stuff like that, or at least the basic knowledge that this would not be confusing to them to see this. As you do see actually one of the soldiers actually bowing and actually calling an all mother Nakakopiel.
Okay.
Like that.
And then, do they look humanoid? Do they look alive? Like, what's the status of these people as I just give them all like a warrior's once over?
You assume that they are as alive as any other Averant soldier. Not undying, not dead, nothing like that. They look like they're alive. They just look like they have been very much formed into a semi-cult of already the cult that is New Averant.
I'm gonna think in my head, so Psychic Whispers, describing to Gaji what we're seeing, and like telling him how far we had to go to get here. Just like a report that I would make, like a shorthand, like a spy's report, because I know he'll understand it. And then I am going to, I think I want to just look at both of them and nod and just say, because I see the other guy like paying his respects. So I'm just going to say, may I pay my respects before I continue my patrol?
I have no right to tell you not to. Do what you need to do.
Okay. I'm gonna. What stairs was he saying people weren't allowed to pass? Was it right directly behind them?
Yeah, so right here.
Okay. So I'm gonna. These statues, is there space behind them, or are they directly against the wall?
There's like maybe a couple inches behind them due to them being round, but they are pushed up against the wall as much as possible.
Okay. I'm gonna move into a pew, like right here.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm gonna copy what the other guy did. But while I'm doing that, I'm gonna Psychic Whispers everyone in the group and tell them how many people are in here. I'll just say, 6 soldiers, 1 elite soldier, and then is it 7 soldiers and 1 like elite commander?
Yep.
And are they all wielding like physical weapons?
So the regular soldiers themselves looks like they all have a long bow and a long sword. The commander himself looks like he has a great sword and most looks like he's got some kind of maul on his side.
Okay.
So, do we tell them that we're just hired mercenaries, or do we want to come in and kill them?
I'll say, like as I'm like currently praying, and in my head I'll say, they won't let you in here. No one else is supposed to be here. So if we want to go through, we will be fighting our way through. Do I know if the prison is like on, the secret prison is on from here or through
So
here?
you know that after this, there is what was currently being built as a large shrine to something, and then the prison's off of that. So you're not far away from it.
And is this and that you have to go through these doors behind them to get to those things?
Yeah, unless you went through the other side where the carriages went.
Okay. So I'll just say we have to get through here either way, and the element of surprise might give us an advantage.
Before we fight, I do have that lovely cloak that turns me invisible. If you want to come back and use it and just sneak ahead and see maybe if his family is there, or if we can bypass this altogether.
How far away from me is that door?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25 feet.
Okay. I'm gonna apologize to Gaju in my head through Psychic Whispers and say, I trust you can find the window next to the king's quarters. I need Bird. And I can put him in there. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to see what it makes me do. It says I think I can summon it at any point. You can dismiss it. I'm trying to find where it says you gain the service. Appears in an unoccupied space within range. It has the statistics of the chosen form through its celestial fey or fiend. You can dismiss it. You can temporarily dismiss it to a pocket dimension.
Okay.
And it can reappear within any occupied space within 30 feet of you. It does not say in the description of the spell that I have to use anything to do that. It doesn't say I have to use a word or anything like that. So I know to actually summon it, it takes an hour, and it takes like all the spell components and stuff, but to actually like dismiss it and bring it forward, the spell doesn't state that it takes any like somatics or verbal components. Or
yeah, right.
Like
okay, got it. Okay.
So what I want to do is just I can bring him into a space within 30 feet of me. And you said that door is 25 feet from me?
Yeah. And what I'm sorry, I missed it over the conversation. What is it you're summoning?
My bird.
Your bird.
Because
okay.
basically like when I can dismiss it to a pocket dimension, and I can summon it anywhere within 30 feet of me.
Okay.
But so what I want to do, because I don't think that I have to say anything out loud or do any magic
I'd assume
in order
not
for that
to, no.
happen. So what I'm going to do is just like wherever it is, I'm going to dismiss it while I'm praying.
Okay.
And then I'm going to tell it to resummon within 30 feet of me, but I want that 30 feet to be on the other side of that door.
Okay. Got it.
And when that happens, as soon as it appears, while my head's down and I'm praying, I want to switch to its vision and see what I see.
Okay. We're going to pause on you real quick. We're going to go back over to Gaju. So, Gaju, I need you to give me another investigation check, please, as you're finishing up the roundabouts of the town.
Oh no. That is only a 7.
Okay. The only thing you notice, unfortunately, you do not find your sister, but the only thing you notice is a total of 6 carriages, each being led by 4 horses, come into the center part of the town, much where you fought the dragon, and they look like they're all assembling. Looks like many of them are Averant soldiers. But you do not find your sister making a lap through town. I'm assuming you're still invisible, so they don't see you.
How long has it been?
40 minutes, I'm assuming? Hasn't been that long.
You still got 20 minutes left of invisibility.
I'm gonna linger another minute longer. I want to see what those carriages are doing.
Okay. As you wait a little bit, you start to see that any people riding horses, any people in the carriages come out, and it looks like they're all assembling for like some kind of meeting. Due to the distance, it's hard to hear what they're saying, but you can give a perception check to kind of like watch their hands or see what they're actually gesturing or anything like that.
Can I attempt to land nearby?
Sure. Give me a stealth check to make sure like you don't create like a large like thud as you land down. It's like, what the fuck? It just sounded like a large creature just landed. You know, like it's...
You should have advantage on stealth checks when you're invisible, and I did cast Pass Without a Trace while you were here.
Yep, and it would still have effect.
Okay, so... 19.
Okay. So as you land, you get very, very close to them without them noticing. Like, you're behind, like, one of the carriages, so you're, like, 30 feet away from them. Give me a perception check to listen in and watch whatever they're doing.
And Thunderbird has advantage on... perception. Spooky 20.
Okay. As you see, about a total of 30 of them all assemble. All Averant soldiers, a couple commanders. One of them seems to be leading the whole brigade. He comes out. Alright, man, you know why we're here. As he immediately lifts up a sheet, he starts passing around everyone. Take a good look. This is who we're after. This is who we're running down. Head Brass wants to make sure that they're executed during the commotion. No one can know how they actually died. Accidents happen during war, and that's how it's going to look. We have a last known location. Points over towards a certain direction. Our best bet is to head there. No accidents may occur. Kill anybody in your way. I don't care who it is. Everyone will die. There is no heading out until they're all dead. Are we clear? As they all immediately acknowledge. All right.
Can I see who they're talking about?
Oh, they're talking about your team.
We don't tend to make friends.
As immediately some of them get on horseback, some of them walk, and they start heading in the direction of outside of town. You can give me a nature check to see if you can approximate exactly where they're going.
To the ship.
They are separated into 3 groups, to be more specific.
How many people are there?
So there's a total of 49, including the commanders, which are the total of 2, one that's leading. The groups are separated into 3. But due to the commotion, you're not necessarily sure. Like, some of them are still kind of moving between groups at this point. Currently, right now, you don't know, like, if there's 10 going one direction, 20 going another direction. They're still kind of, like, moseying around at this current point.
And I'm sorry, which directions are they going?
So you can give me a nature check to... so, like, they're each headed to different parts outside of town, but you can give me a nature check to figure out where they specifically are aiming towards as far as navigation-wise.
That is a 18.
Okay. One group itself looks like it's heading towards the business district of this. Maybe someone decided to give a lead that a bunch of you decided to go shopping over here. Maybe that's where they thought they went to, maybe a safe house. The other ones going outside of town specifically look like they have weapons ready for archery. Based off the direction they're going back to where you guys came, probably to the ship. The last one is a lot more obvious than the rest. They're heading to your family home.
How many are heading towards my home?
If you wait a couple minutes, about 12. One of them is the commander.
Cammy is still in that house. I'm gonna go to my house.
Okay. You're gonna follow them, or you're gonna try to get ahead?
Get ahead.
Okay. All right. So you immediately take off in the air, I'm assuming, and immediately try to fly over them to get ahead. You're able to beat their speed 3-1. As you're able to get over there, there's a way you can actually land on the roof to get in. As you do have like a few rounds ahead to get before they get into eye shot. As you make your way in the house, I need you to give me an investigation check as you're running through, heading your way over to Cammy, assuming she's where you left her.
Oh no, I'm like peering into Metacana's room still as a Thunderbird.
Oh, you're not going to go in. Okay. All right.
No, not right now.
Okay. You peer in. She is still laying there, but she's in incredible pain.
Does she have metal on her?
Let's see. Cammy. No, she's a ranger. She does not have metal.
I'm just gonna reach in and scoop her up in my beak.
Okay. Okay. As you immediately grab her, she's gonna fight back. You're invisible, and she does not know what the fuck is going on.
She's gonna hear my voice in her head, because I can still do that as a animal.
Okay.
Cammy, it's me, Gaiju. I'm getting you out of here. You're in trouble.
What the hell? And immediately starts, and she just like is being picked up. Okay, this is weird.
Oh. I'll kind of like rotate my neck so I can like drop her on my back, and I hopefully too becomes invisible as part of me. I don't know.
I'd say after like a few seconds, she just starts to slowly envelop into invisibility.
Okay. And as soon as I can tell that she is stable on my back, I am going to launch off and start heading towards the castle.
Okay.
In Psychic Whispers, I'm sorry for the migraine, y'all. The ship is in trouble. Tell them to leave now. And I'm just gonna continue flying.
I hear that from the shadows. I'd like to fish out my sending stone. And to be like, are you alive and can you leave?
What the hell? What? Alive? Barely? Leaving? Hard?
Why?
We had to make a landing of necessity, like I said, and it's a little crashy around here.
I have a clue that we're being hunted, so try to leave.
So, good news, as always. Awesome. Where to? I mean, like, I am surrounded by Nelethyr soldiers, and we are... as you just, like, hear, like, a second, it's like... you do understand that even though it's a boat, we're in the air a lot, and a lot of these guys can't swim.
I mean, to fly over the open waters. I mean, somewhere not here right now.
I can't fly?
The ship?
Crashy! We landed!
Speak plainly, Philip. I know you don't know how, but try.
So, like, this
He's
is
really
not the most
afraid.
opportune time for us to have a conversation. Why did you crash land in the middle of Nelethyr, and how soon can you get out of the middle of Nelethyr?
You know what? While we're on the conversation, how come you never call me just to say hi? Why has it always got to be something that's distressing?
I am dealing with a lot right now. I would really help it, but this is a life or death situation. Can you get the fuck out of here?
So, just lead the boat? Just fucking go? I'm not gonna do that.
What's wrong with the boat?
It crashed!
Why?
I thought you wanted to be in the rush. Do you want me to go, or do you want me to give you the explanation of what just happened the last hour?
Give me the cliff note.
Averant soldiers, guns, arrows, cannons, crash landing, boom.
Oh. Okay. Fuck.
Dahlia, what's going on?
The Averant soldiers attacked the ship and they crash landed and I don't think they can get it flying in time to get it out of here. And he's asking if they should leave the ship and run or if they should stay and fight and try to fix it.
We can't tell him that, but...
I mean, we have to, we're like the people in charge.
Look, in this situation, we just tell them to run and try to save their lives. We can get another ship or fix that one later.
I say it over psychic whispers while I'm listening to this. Like, or steal one.
Also an option.
Keep themselves safe first.
We can always come back for the ship. Get them to safety.
I'll sending Stone back. Get Nyx and everyone you can off of the ship. Get them to safety. You're being chased right now. They're pursuing you. We can figure something out once you reach a safe point, but just get out of here.
Alright, wait, hang on. Wait, what? What? Arthur, I'm on the phone with her. What? Yeah, I'm sure they're fine. Yeah, what? Alright, yeah, okay, we'll get to safety.
Get to safety, and if we die, you can have the ship. Okay? Alright, bye.
I don't want this damn thing. It's busted. Oh, she's off the phone.
Oh my
Okay.
god!
I'm gonna walk up.
We're going to the tunnel.
I'm gonna walk up to Dahlia and just kind of pat her on the shoulder. I'm so glad you got the brains of the family.
Fucking rude. Damn.
So
Sometimes
Gaju's
it's
on the
more
way
of a
back
curse.
with his sister.
No, with
So
Medicon. With
Sister's
sister's girlfriend.
unofficial
With his
GF.
sister's girlfriend.
Yeah.
Oh, sister's girlfriend. Okay, gotcha. Future sister-in-law. Okay. the whole ship and all of the crew members have crashed, but we're presumably okay. Now we're telling them to run away. So now all we have left is to figure out where the rest of Gaju's family is. So Bird is gonna try to appear 30 feet away from me, which is 5 feet within the door.
Mhm.
I want him to appear on the ceiling, like up towards the top, hopefully not like right in someone's face. I'm hoping that
Holy
he
shit,
can
what
just,
the
like,
fuck?
stealth. That's the price of doing this, is like I can't see what's on the other side. So I'm gonna deafen all my senses and just see what Bird sees while I continue to
Okay.
have the longest prayer ever. I'm really, really, really,
You're very focused.
really very focused on
True
Triple
believer
Kill and
over
Hammer
here.
Time.
All
I'm
right.
a true believer. I would kill all my friends for this goddess. All right.
Okay, so give me a perception check with Bird.
Yeah. Okie dokie. Okay. That's 17.
17. Looking into... Oh, I'll show you.
Yeah. I love to see stuff.
So you enter into a almost completed, very large cathedral that looks like it's supposed to have stained glass over the place, but it's mostly been faded. It looks like there's a statue that's kind of like an amalgamation of like all the 4 different versions of Kukulpiel kind of put back together, but the place itself is dark, it's dim, and there's only a few people walking around right now. One specifically is an Averant soldier, maybe higher rank, but he's wearing just the regular long sword and long bow. Another one is actually a Nelethyr knight, and he's wielding very similar weapons to the turned soldiers that served Lunaveska. And another one, it just looks like a civilian, just looks like a nobleman that's kind of commanding him. And he's just wearing like a long, like tunic on. He's got some jewelry on, but he is walking around with a staff that very much looks like maybe he's a wizard.
And all the way down past the statues and everything, is that where the prison is down there?
Yep, back here.
All right, I'm just gonna think in psychic whispers, like, give me just a moment or two. And I want him to keep going. And I want him to fly, like, I want him to go up by the ceiling. And since it's hundreds of feet, it looks like above everyone else. And I just want him to go that way until he can go down, like, and see if he can see the prison or anyone in the prison.
Okay. He gets so far, and he can actually get close enough to actually like see the next room, which is the prison. The prison itself is very, very clean, and it actually just looks like a throne room that has cages and cells in it. You do see at the end, that's actually where the throne is, where currently Lunaveska's sitting, and she currently has younger Luna, like, not caged up, but like almost like shackled from the neck and the arms down to the floor. And she is just currently putting her feet on top of her back.
I'm narrating this as I see it. I'm like, not good. I'm just saying everything that Bird sees. But I do want him to stop because she's there and
Okay.
I don't want to like reach her sphere of like perception. So he's going to stay back pretty far. But I see the other cages or like cells from here. Are there people in them?
Yep. And they're still unloading, as you see, like there's like almost kind of like a loading bay door where they're starting to bring people in. As she's like kind of like telling everybody what's going on. It's like, everybody just remain calm. Once this is over, everything will be all taken care of. As immediately like one guy tries to pull out of his like bars, as he's just like, you have no right to do this to us. You are not our queen. I don't know who the fuck you are. And then immediately she just casts a spell and she just like turns him to like dust.
Do I see Juvenaya anywhere?
Give me a perception check. He is there, but he's hidden.
In that, if I'd also like to just see if I recognize Medicana, or I don't know if I've seen Gaju's other family, but I assume if I've been watching them since I've been working for her that I might know what they look like.
Okay.
That's gonna be a 18.
18. So a couple things you see is first you see Juvenile, and he's kind of like hidden, not like he's hiding, but it's just kind of like out of your vision a little bit. But you do notice him, as it looks like a few nobles were being put out for display as showing that she's not fucking around. And one of them is Juvenile, as he's been stripped out of like his actual noble clothes and just put on with a dirty flock on, and has been kind of beaten along with other couple nobles as they're just sitting there to basically show that it doesn't matter how much money you have, you will be put in your place. You do eventually spot Gaju's parents, as they are currently in one of the cells to the left side, but you cannot spot Medicana anywhere. Going back...
I relay.
Yeah, you can relay
that on Psychic Whispers to everyone, including Gaju.
Okay.
You shouldn't have sent him home.
Going back over to Gaju, as you're being pulled out, you fly a little bit. You start to feel like a little bit of struggle out of one of your claws. I'm assuming you're still keeping the blade in one claw while you're holding her with another claw.
Cammy's on my back.
Oh, she's on your back? Okay, she's gonna try to jump off. She's just like, I don't know what the fuck you're doing, but I don't want any of this. I'm gonna go find her. And then she just tries to struggle her way off.
Are you fucking suicidal?
How high are you up in the air? Are you like above like the
Probably high enough.
High enough? Okay, so she eventually like goes above, and then she notices too far of a fall. And then she's like fuck it. And she just like jumps in the air and she tries to transform into the bird, and she like transforms as quickly as she can, but like it falls, and then she like lands like almost like barrel rolls, but takes a lot of damage falling on like a roof of a house. It's just like looks up at you.
Can I catch her, dumbass?
You can give me a dexterity check with the bird.
So fucking impatient. Nope. Goodbye, Cammy.
Okay. So as you try to catch her, she immediately she transforms too late, as she does like break like a couple bones as she lands. She's like, damn it, and she immediately just starts running. At this point, as you look back, you do see that looks like a bunch of the soldiers have broken into the house. Do you keep flying towards the rest of the group?
No, because I didn't get to voice anything of what I was going to do.
Take it back and say that.
It doesn't matter. So. I guess if she's running, there's no fucking point, so sure, I'm flying.
You're just gonna keep going towards the group?
Sure.
Okay. Alright. As you start heading back, you do notice that the streets and the bridges start to become a little more clear, as many of the carriages have come through at this point. Alright, so with the group now, we're going to go back to the group that's not Ren, as you guys are still back, not even, you guys are back about, down here. I'm assuming that there's like, you're still in the room, but you're within the shadows. They don't see you. And they have no reason to believe that there's anyone being sketched, like hiding around. But as soon as you get in within the grid, you are no longer hidden within plain sight, essentially. So.
Yeah, so basically I would have told them what I saw in there, so that way they could decide what they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Before we called go, did it look like she was performing a ritual, or was she just waiting?
Oh, that Lunavesca? Looks like she's waiting right now. Looks like she's just waiting for something.
She said it was going to be over, over soon, but I have no context of what that might be.
As far as the bird, as far as just seeing with sight, you can't tell necessarily what she's referring to, whether she just means like, eventually this will be done and you no longer have to worry about this, we'll let you go. You don't know.
And then just to clarify, when Bird went in there, the area where the the shrine is, a path into the room I can't go in. Does that look like it's still being constructed, or
Yeah,
what
it looks
was the
like
state of that?
everything after this room is still kind of half being built. It looks like this room that I have on the screen right now is the last one to finish. The shrine is under construction, and the throne room that they have everybody in prison is very under construction.
Well, knowing that Bird can't make a check, I am gonna send back to the group who's still in the dark over there and say, tell them how many people were in the next room and how many people were in the next room, and just say, probably be easier if we start here and thin this area out before we move forward. What play do you want to go with?
Could bring them to us.
I look
Get
at
them
Hades.
further away.
Do you want to get help?
Oh, no, not good help. That's so humiliating. Fine, just make it look
But you're so
convincing.
good at it.
Just do it.
I need help. I need help. My brother needs help. Get him help.
All right, everyone, get in position. Be ready.
What position?
Wait, what's happening? What's happening?
It's a
We're
thing
about
we
to
figured out
start
how
the
to do a few
party.
years ago.
Alright, I'm gonna hold Shadow Step, because whenever attention gets drawn that way, I want to try and sneak attack the commander from behind, so I'm gonna hold Shadow Step to get immediately behind him when his attention's drawn, and I'm gonna say, okay, and I'll stand up and I'll just like nod to them and like make like I'm gonna turn around and walk away.
Mm-hmm.
And then as I'm starting to walk, I'll hold for whatever the hell they're gonna do.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I guess. There we go.
All right.
All right. We're gonna.
Rolled a 17 for performance.
Okay.
Hold on. Yeah, shit. I gotta roll too. Oh god. What are you doing?
I'm here for it.
16 for performance.
Okay.
I'm gonna have Hades over my shoulder, and I'm gonna drag him in as much as I can and be like, "Help! We need some help in here!"
Okay.
I'm gonna react as if I were a bad guy. Pull my sword like I'm also gonna be defensive with them and just be like, what the hell?
Okay. All right, Dahlia, give me a persuasion check with advantage.
Okay.
You already did your performance. I just need you to give the final little thing.
Ooh. Okay. La 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 la. God, what is my 20. Oh, it's a 27.
Okay. They immediately like draw the swords. The commander doesn't like hold on to his axe. He just like looks at you as they draw the swords. It's like, sir, this is off limits. You can't be here. Like, I understand that your friend is stingy.
Help me.
The Nelethyrians, they're rebelling outside. We barely escaped. We came to get help. They need you out there.
The commander just like looks like, all right, three of you head out. Go over there. Go ahead and help them out. As like one of them comes over by here. I'm gonna put you guys on the map. So we got Dahlia. We got Hades. This one's gonna come over and try to give assistance. This one's gonna leave. This one's gonna leave, and this one's gonna leave, leaving one trying to give assistance, 3 soldiers left, and 1 commander.
Do they walk into Dira and Zephinia on their way out?
We're wanting them to leave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're just
where are
going to
you guys
stay
going?
as hidden as we can be.
And I'm assuming
shadows,
with
yeah.
all the stealth checks, I'm assuming you guys are still good. So they're gonna pass by, just assuming like we're just gonna run straight out. It's like, are we allowed to take this way? Just take it. I'll explain it later on. Just go. Just don't spend too much time in that room. I've seen you guys gawk too much. It's a little weird. As one soldier comes up and like looks at, it's like, all right, well, if you want to put him down, I can try to assess the what's wrong. Is he been injured? Is he sick? What's happening?
We were attacked by the rebel people that the ones that are against us all. Help, please.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, lay him over here. Put him over on the, put him over on the, put him on the. I don't know what they called it. The staples, whatever the fuck they are.
The pews.
The pews. I don't know. I don't go to church.
I'll lead him over, and I just lean down and be like, "The rebel people."
Hey, to be fair, technically that's not a lie because I punched myself.
As he comes by, it's like, all right, so if you don't mind, set him down. I'm the medic here. I can take care of it. Whatever's happening. Okay, what are we doing?
Can I cast thaumaturgy just to sweeten the deal a little bit? And outside the door that the other guards just went through, I want to mimic one of them being like, "Ah!" Like getting stabbed or something, like dramatic.
Out behind them, the doors, like where
behind the door, like the guards just went through to go help.
Back where you came from. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Give me a deception check. Somehow you guys are not going to go into combat tonight.
Hey, we're learning a lot from Ren tonight. All right.
What? Listen, Ren is planning on stabbing this guy. So as this is happening, they're just looking like they're falling back into a defensive position with this guy to make sure that, because it looks like he's gonna block the door no matter what, right? So they're just gonna back up, and Ren's just gonna shoot this guy a look that's like, I don't know if I buy it, acting like they're trying to defend the queen's position.
Okay.
Because I'm gonna get ready to freaking Judas Iscariot this dude.
Okay. He just before you do that, he first looks at you as like, rookies, am I right? I mean, I think they're fine. How are they doing over there? Are they all right? I mean, he seems fine. I mean, he's a little beat up. It's kind of fragile. I don't know. Were you always like this?
I mean, longer than you could know. Can you heal me at all? I seem to be taking some damage from when I got hit.
Okay, give me a persuasion check. I'll say give it to me with advantage because you guys are already pulling up this story pretty well.
And to be fair, I am down like half my hit points.
Yeah, we do look actually kind of beat up between the both of us.
Persuasion. That's an 18.
Okay, he's like, oh, of course. And he immediately comes over, he immediately puts lay on hands on you. I'll say he's gonna give you a pool of 30.
If you see a light of Pluto, do not go towards it. All right, do you hear me? And I'm like shaking.
It's so beautiful. I can't help it.
Okay, all right, Sophia and Dira, what are you doing there in this?
Watching this with amusement until we get the sign to attack.
Abject confusion. and just waiting for them for whatever they're doing for the jig to be up. And in whatever surprise round we get from that, I will then cast my Beacon of Hope.
Okay, I'm gonna roll. These guys are rolling like shit. All right, this guy's gonna come over. He's like looks around. He's like, well, he kind of like moves a little bit further, and then he kind of like comes down. It's like, how's everything going? Do you need a hand? Are you all good? I think I'm fine. He's still a little beat up. All right, well, and kind of comes around the corner, and then he's going to cast Cure Wounds on you.
He's fine. He may need more healing.
And he's gonna cast Cure Wounds at 3rd level on you. So
does anyone know CPR?
You're gonna heal for 12.
That's fantastic.
Oh, baby, max health.
This guy right here, as the commander looks at him, is like, go relieve them. Make sure that the 3 over at the front are still at their posts. All right, yeah. And then he's gonna start moving his way over this way. He's just gonna
cast another thaumaturgy of yelling.
Okay. He
of sword clashing.
What the fuck? What the hell? And he's like, I think there's something back here. And he's gonna immediately start heading that direction. As he passes by, because he can't see Deer and Zephynia, as he passes by slowly, he's kind of like going very, very slow. Very Assassin's Creed, where he's kind of being very, very sketch. But is there anything you two want to do as he's passing by you?
Psychic whispers, are we attacking now or are we waiting?
Let him get past and we can we can try and lock the door.
Is there a door right here?
I mean, there is a door.
Is there a door leading into this?
Yeah, there is a door. It's just it was originally open.
So we could slam it behind him and shove one of these pews in front of it.
Oh, so you're gonna go in the room, shut it, and then start combat, kind of thing like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let him get past.
All right. So
keep up the facade to get rid of him as many of them as he can, and then lock them out.
after like 20 seconds, man, it's like, anything? No, I don't know. I don't see anything back here. I mean, I can't see shit. It's so dark.
They're further up.
Second it looks like I can, like the second one of them says they're gonna block the door, that's when I'm gonna disappear from next to this guy and try to give him the good old Julius Caesar treatment.
Okay.
Not the Julius Caesar treatment.
The best haircut ever, you guys. That's what I'm gonna give him.
Okay. All right. So is this all happening at the same time? You're doing that, and they're coming. They're gonna pass by and close the doors. Okay. So you guys immediately move out, shut the doors, put a pew in front of it. As you both, this guy is gonna be locked on the other side. Now Dira is there. Oh, it's still showing you're dead. Why does it keep doing that?
I am not dead. It's just a flesh wound.
Zephinia, you're in there. As the doors immediately shut, at this immediately happened, Ren, you can do what you need to do.
I'd like to. Is the door that goes to the other room? Does it have like a keyhole or something? As I like walked up before, did I notice that?
It does look like it's locked, and it looks like the lock itself. It's like a bar on it, and it looks like the lock for the bar is on the commander's waistline on his belt.
Perfect. I'm gonna bonus action, shadow step.
Okay.
Back here.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna take one lunging step forward. Can I, since I disappear with shadow step, does that count as me being hidden so I can try to sneak him?
I'll say yes.
Okay, cool. So I will lunge forward. As they're like making noise with the pew down there.
Okay.
That's going to be. This is with my plague weapon, which is my rapier. That's going to be a 23 to hit this. Yep,
that's a hit.
Hell yeah. Okay. So. I didn't roll very good, unfortunately, but that's okay. Sneak attack was good. $25 damage.
Okay.
For my first.
Okay.
2 of which is necrotic.
Got it.
And then, for my, I am gonna pump a fear charge into that.
Okay.
Which is a D16 that he has to roll. I don't know what kind of save it is. Let me double check real quick. Sorry.
It's all right. He's got a 2. I'm sure he failed.
Oh, he failed for sure. So he's afraid of me now. So, for 3 turns, he will have the frightened condition from me.
Got it.
And then for my second attack, I'm gonna hit him again. That time it's a 24.
That's a hit.
Okay. That's gonna be 13. 18 damage with that strike. I rolled really well.
Okay.
I've already used my bonus action, so I can't move away from him. I think I'm gonna hold the line right there. I'll say I reappeared just right here by this guy.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
Did you communicate to the team mentally that you were gonna do that, or you just did it?
Yeah, like that was what we were kind of saying, like above the table. We were saying like they were gonna push the pier, And when they pushed, we were gonna try to use that as like a surprise round to lock those guys out, and then us try to attack these
So
guys.
then
was the
I'll
impression I got.
allow Dahlia and Hades to have a free thing since you would have been alerted to like quick react when the door is closed.
And Val, you said Dira was gonna pop up a spell as soon as we kicked off, right?
Yeah, you're Beacon of Hope.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to move up a little bit to get
Okay.
Dahlia and Hades in it. I'm not gonna be able to reach you, Ren. It's 30
That's okay.
feet.
That's okay.
So is this like a free attack option kind of thing?
Yeah, you guys are getting surprise round. So it's a full turn before you roll initiative.
So yeah, my action, Beacon of Hope.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I described earlier. Everybody has advantage on wisdom saving throws and on death saving throws, regains the maximum number of hit points possible from any healing.
Okay. Got it.
Can I hit this guy with an inflict wounds then?
Sure.
25?
Yeah.
I like that solid yeah. Alright.
These are mooks. They keep something in the tank.
Yep.
You want to accept the guy I'm going for?
I'd like to kindly give him 36 points of necrotic damage.
He will unkindly accept that. Okay.
I'll be like, did you hear that? And I like put my hand on him, and then I'm like, oh my god! Like he did it to himself, you know.
Did you add sneak attack to that? You added sneak attack to that, right?
No. Wait.
They haven't
hold on,
rolled
let me
yet.
double
You
check
get
something.
advantage. Yeah. You get advantage, so you would have.
I can only do sneak attack with a finesse ranged weapon, which is perfectly fine for me because my bonus action was going to be stab him. So, you know, hit him with that real quick.
Hit him with your best shot.
Okay, that's a 20 adjusted for inflation.
Okay, he's hurting. He's really hurting.
For that sneak attack on there, baby. Oh, and it gave me blessed strike damage. I love this. 18 damage.
Okay, as you inflict wounds and you immediately take out the dagger, you immediately just kill him in one single spot. It immediately falls limp on your dagger. He's dead.
The dagger's going to dissipate because it's a psychic dagger, and I'm going to be like, they're in the walls!
Still trying to go with it. Fair enough. Okay.
I don't know what everyone else is going with.
Hades, you got a surprise.
That'll be mine.
Yeah, he's gonna be like, "Oh my god, what's happening?" And then he wants to. Wrong one. This one, that one. Yeah. I'm gonna sidestep this. One of these two squares, and I want to use Cone of Cold and go out 60 and catch this gentleman on the edge of it, so like a straight line from the one in front of me to that guy.
Okay.
So I don't hit Ren, but I hit all three of them. Fancy gentlemen. That's a con saving throw of 18.
All right, we're gonna go for the one closest to you first. That is only a 4, so it's a fail. We're gonna go for the other non-commander soldier, so the one to the left. That is a 12, and for the commander, natural fucking 1.
Well, all right, we'll have bean footage here. That's going to be 40 points of cold damage, and if any of them die from this, they are frozen solid.
Okay, so no one actually dies, but the 2 regular soldiers are in incredible pain. And actually, so is the commander.
And then, yeah, we're just going to do that. That's going to be it.
Okay, Sophinia, you got 1 surprise round, and then we'll roll initiative.
30, 35, 40. I'm just gonna run up as much as I can and shoot him.
Okay, shoot the one closest to you.
Yes. For a spooky 20.
Yep.
And that would be 8 damage.
Okay, he's still up. Anything else?
Then...
You do get an extra. This is a full turn. It's a full turn. It's not just like.
Oh, so I get all 3 actions.
Mhm.
Okay, I'm gonna shoot him again. Actually, I'm gonna shoot him twice more. So that was a 9 and a 17.
9 misses, 17 hits.
So for that 17, that is going to be 22 damage.
He is dead.
And then I will turn my gaze on these 2 and end my turn.
Okay, we're gonna roll initiative now with only a couple left.
Efficiency! Well, I don't know how efficient it was. It took a while, but...
Listen, efficiency is not about time. It's about resources being spent.
There's that.
And the fun we had along the way.
And the fun we had along the way.
We gotta use get help again. It worked so well this time.
Everybody gets 1.
Everybody gets 1.
Walk into Luna's chambers. I need help!
Oh, that
And
went
you
well.
killed the boss in 1 turn.
How'd you win D&D? We got help.
Yeah. All right, so 20 or higher for initiative.
Whoa.
For once in my life! For once in my life! I got a 22! It's the best initiative I've rolled this whole campaign!
All right, let's see. The commander got 20. The last remaining soldier. Did anybody get an 18 or 19? Okay, so then the soldier goes third. All right, anyone else who got a 15 or higher? 80s, what'd you get?
A 17.
Okay. 10 or higher?
12.
11.
Okay, so 12 and 11. So, Symphony, what'd you get?
7.
That's the worst initiative I've rolled this campaign.
I was gonna say, yeah, that's really low for you. Damn.
I rolled real bad. I had to make up for all the other good rolls I've had today, obviously.
All right, Dahlia with the big roll. You get to go first.
I definitely didn't plan before.
Now, take into account, if you're using a finesse weapon, they still haven't gone before you. So you still technically get advantage, and you still technically get sneak attack.
And Ren is technically next to the commander.
Yeah, so no matter what, yeah, it's like... Yeah.
You guys have too much faith in me with finesse weapons as a cleric. That doesn't come very often. We are going to hit him with that sweet, sweet guiding bolt. This bad boy right here.
Commander.
Please kill him.
I'm gonna do my darn. Okay. I literally, if it's over 20, I have to do that, which is a good thing. But oh my god, 23.
Yeah, it's
plus
it.
8. Sorry, 15 plus 8.
Mhm.
23. Parrish. I do a sick amount of 22 radiant damage to him.
Okay, he is incredible pain.
I hope so, because now I'm going to then also throw, as a bonus action, I'll throw a psychic dagger at him. And that's going... Okay, that's going to be a 24. to hit.
Yep.
Thank you, Dice. Thank you for paying me back.
Do you get
after-
advantage on that? Because a guiding bolt, doesn't it light him up?
Yes, you get advantage.
There's like so many reasons why she would get advantage. There's like 3 advantages.
I do not crit. That was a natural 1 with for advantage, so we're not gonna rock with that. But I get 14 points of cool damage.
He did.
You know, psychic. Die! Yeah! Feel validated. Okay. And I'll just run here. We'll settle over here. And that'll be my turn.
Sorry, I just gotta respond to somebody. Go to, well, nope, you don't go to Commander because Commander's dead. Gillis Soldier, he is alone and he is scared, so we're gonna roll for him. Alright, he, for some reason, is going to actually try to fight you all like a fool. Alright. He is going to draw his longbow, and he's going to assume that Dahlia's the one that does the most damage, since she's the one that just killed the commander, so he's going to try to shoot at Dahlia. 17 to hit.
Oh shit, I didn't put my armor back on. I'm so silly. What'd you say, 17?
Yeah.
Well, it does meet.
Okay, so you're going to take 10 points of damage. Extra attack. That's going to be 18 to hit, so that is 11 points.
Okay.
Because he is by himself, he's just going to try to damage you as much as possible, so he's going to action surge. And he's going to do it again. He's going to aim at you again. He's going to fire off another shot.
Just so good, boy.
It's only a natural 1, and he's going to try to do it again. 16 misses.
Yes.
Okay, so he misses on his action surge. That's the end of his turn. We go to Hades.
And he's not looking great.
No, he is
Sorry.
not
Oh,
looking.
he's not- okay.
No, yeah, he's hurting. Sorry.
Cool. We're gonna do a little icy hot here. Since I just froze his happy ass, I'm gonna attempt to hit him with a firebolt.
His happy ass, nice.
Does a 24 hit?
Oh god, yes.
Okay, beautiful. Uh, 24 points of fire damage.
How do you want to do this?
As he shoots at Dahlia and then shoots 2 more times and misses like a nerd, I am gonna just go ahead and I'm gonna like shoot it at his bow to like snap it and hit him in the chest and just drop him.
Just immediately just flings him back and he just immediately dies from his own weapon. Well, that's the quickest combat in existence. All right.
Do we want to keep going?
Yes.
Okay. All right. We're
Well,
just
Right ahead.
okay. We're
So-
done.
Daiju is on his way, right? We should wait for him.
How
You should be almost here, right?
Dira?
At this point, based off time, you'd be
It's a minute,
close
but I've
to the
got another
castle.
slot.
You'd be close to the castle, but not quite there yet.
We could hold out and wait here for a second and
Get him
see
here.
where he goes.
Okay.
I'm gonna pluck the keys off of the commander.
They are
Can I search
successfully
him for any
plucked.
other?
Okay.
Can I search him for other shit too?
Investigation check, please.
Yeah, someone to help me. Give me the solid assist here.
Anybody want to help?
I'll
Go
help
through this
dig
guy's
around.
clothing.
Oh, okay.
While they do that, I'm going to pile a couple of more. Well, no, because we want Gachi to be able to get in. So I'm actually going to move the pew away from the door, but guard it.
26.
26. He has a multi-pouch like belt on. Total of 4. One pouch itself has 150 gold pieces and 200 platinum.
Whoa.
The second pouch itself has another set of keys, but they don't have any markings of what they go to. There's a total of 3 on one ring. This is not including the keys you just got, which are 2 rings on one ring. 2 keys on one ring. Words elude me. Third pouch specifically looks like it's just kind of like random hobby, kind of like that, as like inkwell. Looks like he does like some artwork while he like draws out like some little stuff while he's on a break. And the fourth pouch itself looks like it has some like 2 flasks inside of them. Like there's like a little vial container inside that just only holds 2 flasks inside. One specifically has just a solid blue liquid, and the other one has a solid green liquid inside. They are not labeled. They're only being held together with just they're only being put together with the cork, but there's like no wax over them that's keeping, like, in case it shakes, like the cork could fall out or something like that. Outside of that, he does just have his great sword, great axe. I'm sorry, his double-sided great axe, which is a +2 great axe.
A +2 great axe.
Yep.
I attempt to arcana it to see if it's magic.
Sure, you can arcana it.
That would be a 15.
It is magical. You assume that the properties of it is matching with how heavy it is. To wield this, you do need a strength of at least 16 to wield it. The ability it has can literally shatter the ground beneath. Every time it swings at something, if it touches the ground, it creates a distortion, and it creates a 30-foot radius of uneven terrain. It also has some effects that allow people to actually be stunned and for people to be forced prone. Basically, it's like a big, huge earth axe, kind of like that.
I'm just going to kind of turn back. Anybody want an earthquaking axe?
Sounds like fun, but I got a lot going on.
Just going to turn. Z, could you help lift this into the bag?
Gonna walk over and lift it on up. Anytime.
Okay. All right. You just got yourself the quake axe.
I'm gonna snap back into Bird while we're here and see what's going on in the other room.
Okay. As you look back in the room, you do see what looks like the noble or the wizard. Be like, did you hear that? Sound like there was some kind of commotion back over in the chapel. Check it out. And you see the Nelethyrian knight start walking over very, very slowly. Looks like it can only move at half speed due to its armor. Eventually makes its way to the door.
I'm gonna lock the door.
Okay, starts pounding on the door. Doesn't even try to open it. Hey, everything all right in there? Talks in very kind of like slurred words.
Slurred words? Does he sound drunk?
It sounds like he's incoherent.
Okay, so I'm just gonna attempt to mimic the sound of the commander's voice since I was talking with him and just say, "It's all fine here. Dealt with."
All right, everything is all good, sir. All right, get back over here. Get back on your post. At this point, Gaju, you would have made it to the castle. You can choose where you want to land. So you can either go through the front, which currently right now, the only things that are there, the bar in your path, is the giant and the soldier. Based off of some kind of wreck that happened to the castle, there's a hole in a very obvious hole in the wall that looks like specifically where you're going to go, which actually is a giant queen's suite. But it looks like some creature crashed into this, most like the dragon, to investigate, but the dragon is currently gone.
Helpful.
I would like to take a moment to veer into the surrounding forest.
Okay.
And hide the blade of Bahamut.
Okay. All right.
Whether that's quickly digging a miniature hole to put in it or under a bush.
Okay. Give me a nature check to not only hide it, but also to know that you can remember where you put it.
Sorry, 16.
16. Okay. You're able to find a spot. You're able to create a small area, like right by a tree, and then kind of like dig a hole into it to kind of hide beneath the roots. Enough where you can hide it, but able to like find it in case you get lost. You have successfully held the blade, hid the blade. God, words. Okay.
I'm gonna tell the team exactly where I've hidden it, just in case. For some reason, I do forget.
Okay.
And then I will head to that hole in the castle.
Okay, so now the width of it is too narrow for you to get down. So if you wanted to get down, you would have to revert to either a smaller animal form or back to your regular form. Just because it's a stairwell that's only 5 feet wide. To a regular form? Okay. Okay. You're able to make it down to the elevator. Currently right now, it looks like there is nobody currently using it, and it is at your level. Looks like someone probably left for you recently, and there's a simple trigger to drop yourself down. It'll take you a little bit to catch up to them, but you're at least following where you were told to go. Is there anything you want to do specifically in the Queen's room before you go down?
I assume there's no sign of either the Queen or Luna Vesca.
No.
Or, the All-Mother.
Nope. No, not in here. It does definitely have the design elements of what Luna Vesca would want as far as, like, I'm a queen and I'm the queen of queens. This is my kind of place, kind of like that. But other than that, there's really nothing that kind of, like, shows that they were there. All right.
So.
Okay, taking the elevator down. So back over to the group.
So when Gaju relays us that information, I kind of forgot at the beginning. I was riding my horse when we arrived, and obviously have not ridden him through the palace. So left him in that front courtyard area. So when that information is relayed to us, the horse is going to kind of casually just sort of hang out front and side of, kind of keep an eye out toward that direction where the hid this one, just to make sure that, so that if anything is seen, if anyone is seen going over there, I would like to be alerted.
So wait, where's the horse? It's back in town, right?
No, it was with us when I was riding him when we teleported.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you were riding him when you were God, fuck. Yeah, okay. So yeah, okay. So he's back over there.
And we're in telepathic contact within a mile.
Okay.
So if the horse happens to see someone heading over to where Gaju hid the sword, please let me know.
Okay.
Or if someone also comes to try to get the horse objects to this, obviously. But he's just gonna hang out there and look like he belongs.
Okay, got it. Phantom steed that looks like he belongs. Got it.
He's not a phantom. He's a big black fucking warhorse. Who happens to be celestial with 6 intelligence.
Okay. So, anything that the group wants to do while they're waiting for Gaju to catch up?
I'm just by the door, listening for any the door over here, listening for any issues and getting ready to let him in.
Got it.
Just waiting patiently, beaming that get help worked again.
Okay.
And I'm going to say, Beacon of Hope is down now, and I'll recast it before we go into the big.
Okay.
I'm just going to keep an eye out the way I know Luna and Luna Vesca are to make sure nobody is coming our way.
Okay.
Can we hear the dragon somewhere in the abyss, or are we in too deep now, if you will?
You are in too deep. But to be honest, when Gaju landed, you would not have heard or seen the dragon when you landed either. So either she is not in the vicinity, even of the castle, or she could have reverted back into her standard form.
Well, one's a good sign, one's not. So yay!
Well, Gaju never saw her fly away, so I would assume that she's a person now. Speaking of which, now that we have a second, I'm going to focus back in on Bird and see if I can determine what the noble is having those people doing in the sanctuary room.
Okay. You can give me either a perception or insight check to kind of have the Bird kind of really focus in on it.
That's a 19.
A 19. It looks like they're kind of playing guard duty further in, but it looks like not only guard duty, but it looks like the two soldiers that protect the noble. He does look like a wizard in some right, but he's also kind of like, it's hard to tell. Either he's channeling power into the statue or pulling power out of it, but he's doing some kind of energy channeling with the statue that's currently there, and he looks like he needs protection while he concentrates on it.
Okay. Is this door wooden that I'm standing in front of?
It is both wooden and metal, so it's wooden with like metal handle and metal frame.
So I want to say to the party, I want to describe what he's doing, and I'm going to say, do we want to stop whatever this is while we wait for Gaji to arrive? Do we want to slow it? Because I could tell him to come here, and we could attempt to kidnap him or bind him in some way.
Probably not a bad idea.
I'm just worried that if we wait, whatever ritual he's attempting will complete.
Call him out.
Stop it how we can.
I'm going to open the door. Like, I'm going to tell everybody to back out of the line of sight of the door.
Okay.
I'm going to open it. And so when I saw, is he in the line of sight of Luna Vesca, or is she like out of his line of sight? I guess before I do that, is she beyond the door, like where she can't see into that room, or is it just a clear shot?
Okay, so you're talking about like the door that connects the statue area to the throne / prison.
Right.
That door is closed.
Who's doing the ritual? She can't see him right now.
No, she can't.
Okay. So, I think I'm just gonna cast message through the door because it's got to be a lot of wood to block message, and it's like 120 feet. Do I have range to hit that guy?
Well, let's see.
If I'm standing by the door.
Let me do the go math rocks. Yeah, you're good.
Okay. So I will twist the copper ring on my hand and I will speak into it and say, and is this, what did they refer to this room as? Were they calling it a sanctuary or a chapel? The room that I'm in?
Several words are being used. You've heard chapel, you've heard sanctuary, you've heard the holy place. There's no common word that's being used.
Okay. I will just say, this is, I'll say quickly, there's something strange happening down the hallway. If you could please assist me, I'm worried that there's some magic. And I'm going to try to disguise my voice as the commander and just say, I'm worried that there's enemy magic incoming. And you are much more familiar than I am with such a thing.
And you're communicating it to the noble?
Yeah, like the guy who's doing the ritual.
Okay, he immediately just kind of like looks back. Can he respond?
Yes.
Okay. I am very focused right now. Whatever you are dealing with, you must deal with on your own.
Good. Just wanted to see if it would work. Is he doing verbal components while he's doing that?
He is doing verbal, material, and somatic.
I'm assuming that invisibility's down by now for Gaju.
Oh yeah, probably. Yep.
Okay. And it looks like he has to be around that statue in the middle to do the stuff, right? Like he has to
Yeah,
be
you assume like, all right, so like, I'll just give you the markers so you can see. He needs to be within there.
So let me do a quick ruler situation here. Okay. Yeah, that'll work. Because it's like a 20-foot radius from... I don't have to be able to see it because the description of silence is for the duration, no sound can be created within or pass through a 20-foot radius sphere centered on a point you choose within range. Any creature or object entirely inside the sphere is immune to thunder damage, and creatures are deafened while entirely inside it. Casting a spell that includes a verbal component is impossible here. It doesn't say I have to have line of sight.
Okay,
so
sounds good.
I have 120-foot range. So I will step to the door, and if I have to open the door to do it, that's fine. I'm willing to sneak through the door. Because Bird can assist me.
I'll say because it doesn't say sight. You're already kind of even if it did, you're already seeing through his eyes, so you don't have to even go in. It's still within range. You're fine.
Okay, so I'm gonna cast silence centered on that area that he has to cast within.
Okay.
And he should be able to still hear stuff in his head. So after I cast that, he should notice he's no longer casting. And I'm gonna hit message again to him because I'm not in the circle, so I can still cast. And I'm going to say, "Hurry! Something strange is going on out here. It's important. I don't know what they're doing." And see if he's like whatever they're doing is interrupting my casting. And see
he
if
just
they'll
suddenly notices they can't, and then he's gonna walk out, and he's gonna start walking around to eventually figures out when he can actually talk. So he's gonna kind of like pace and keep trying to talk until he finally gets to about here, and then his voice like, "Okay, what the hell? You must have intruders. Fan out."
And then I'm gonna psychic whispers to the party to get ready because they'll come through the door.
Okay.
And we want to grab. I'll tell them how many dudes are there in there. 2 other guys.
Yeah, there's 2 soldiers and then there's the wizard.
Because what I'd like to do is capture him if possible.
Okay.
At least draw them into this room. So I think we should get like away and into the shadows so we can try and like take them by surprise, just like we did these guys. Maybe not just like, but you know.
Okay. He is gonna look at the Nelethyrian knight, and he's gonna just point, and he's like, "Check the door again. This time, go in." So the knight starts shambling his way over. He's gonna start pounding on the door this time.
I'm gonna unlock it. I move away from it so he can go. If everyone's like, if we've all kind of fanned out and hid, I think, then I can unlock the door. If
I'll say before this begins is right when Gadja arrives, so Gadja can be involved with this. So Gadja's there, and everything's
when I'll just be explaining on psychic whispers to him, like, there's a caster attempting a ritual. If we can grab him, we may be able to stop whatever's happening.
Okay.
Or kill him. I don't care.
So Nelethyrian Knight's coming out. It looks like the only thing that's magic about him is maybe his armor and his weapon, but it doesn't look like he can necessarily cast magic. And he just pounds, and then he checks the door, and then it unlocks, and he pulls it open. Starts walking in. He just starts to look around. I need everyone to give me a stealth check that's in the room.
There is no more pass without a trace. It's because it only lasts for an hour.
Oh no.
Unless you want to let me recast it, I guess, but...
I could use it.
If we're still trying to sneak to get there, I'll recast it. It just uses my key, so I'll recast it as we move into position.
Gotcha.
That way I get Gaju in it again, since he's here.
Got you. Where is... Oh god, where'd it go? Where is... Oh, there it is. It's right in front of my face. Okay, so still checks from the group. With that bonus.
24.
24.
Is all I got.
Well, that's really low for you.
That's really low for me. I rolled
it is.
Oh, sorry, that's still 34.
Oh, okay.
22.
22.
29.
Oh, you're muted, Dira.
Also 22.
22. And Gaju, I didn't hear if you called out your number.
It was 28.
28. Okay. So
I don't know if you heard me, but mine's 32 with Pass Without a Trace. I didn't add that.
the knight starts coming in. He starts looking around. He doesn't see anybody. Whether or not you guys are hiding behind the actual... God, I forgot the word. But you guys are hiding behind pews. Thank you. I don't. Again,
Just say benches.
Sure. Yeah, benches. Sure. You guys are hiding behind them or hiding wherever. Yeah, God, people. He comes and he starts looking around, and he's gonna, depending on when you want to do this, he's gonna slowly but surely like take out his sword. And he's gonna start kind of like brushing it against things to see if anybody's hiding. He's gonna start like moving down. He's gonna keep just going through. But he looks like, based on the armor and then the mask, it looks like he has a terrible perception.
I'm gonna Psychic Whispers to Dahlia and say, do the thaumaturgy out the door again.
I do the thaumaturgy out the door again.
Out the way, out back towards like leaving the area?
Yeah, like outside the through ye old back door.
Okay,
over here where I was doing it.
Deception check, please.
He's like a T-Rex. If we don't move, he can't see us.
What is math? 22.
Okay, he immediately just like hears something that you create. He immediately just, grabs both hands on a sword and he immediately just starts running in that direction. As he just keeps moving. Does anybody stop him or just let him run out?
He can run.
Okay.
Let him run out.
He starts running and he doesn't stop even past the doors. He just keeps running, trying to find the sound as he starts like swinging his sword around to see if he can find anybody who's like hiding in the shadows.
Psychic
Now
Whispers,
can we
do we lock him out?
Yeah, once he gets far enough, we lock him out again.
Okay. At this point, you do hear from back in the other room. Find anything? Oh, damn it. Come on. I know you're wearing a lot of armor, but listen, where are you? God damn it. Go after him. This happens all the damn time. As the Averant soldier starts to come in. As this one slowly like grabs a hold of the door, he starts peeking in. He's gonna make a perception check. It's only 5. As he starts coming in, he's like, "Where'd you go?"
Thaumaturgy on the other side of the door.
You
Okay.
just lock the door.
Yeah, you just locked the door.
True.
I mean, he can go out through it.
Okay. So he's give me another deception check.
Come on, Dahlia, I believe in you.
It's another 16, so a 22.
So he starts slowly but surely moving, but he's gonna keep looking around as he does. This be very, very like curious about the area. It's just like, are you back there? Who's back there? As he draws like 2 swords as he starts walking. He just keeps going and going. If that's you back there, I'm not playing games. Show yourself. As he like pulls his like main hand up and then he uses like his left hand as a guard as he starts getting closer in case someone's gonna bust through as he keeps going further and further. And until he gets all the way through. And then he starts getting through as he like takes like the sword and he starts kind of like grazing against the actual door as he like looks at it.
Thaumaturgy again. I'm a little further away.
He like jumps back and he just draws his sword like freaking out. All right, who goes there? As you start hearing a punter on the other side. Hey, I'm trapped back here.
And then I thaumaturgy someone's throat getting cut. I don't know. I'm dead.
Performance check.
When that door opens, just shove him through.
This is the third 16 in a row, so a total of 17 for performance.
Right. He's just like, what the fuck? As he immediately like sheathes one sword as he puts his hand on door. As he opens it, what are you guys gonna do?
Shove him.
All right, I need for people that are close enough. I'd say as long as it's not Ren. Well, I mean, I guess yeah, Ren's back there. So the rest of the group
I'm up by the door.
Yeah,
the other door.
Yeah, so you can give me a strength or athletics check to try to push him through and shut the door
I
very
run
quick.
up and help.
Yeah.
I see that she's doing that. I push with.
Okay.
Athletics. Let's do athletics. That would be
Spooky
a 22.
20.
Jeez. Okay, so he goes through as you guys immediately run behind. He's just like, he hears the footsteps. What the hell? And he just immediately pushes him through and just immediately shuts the door.
Slam!
As he just starts like banging on it.
We don't want anyone else to go through this door, right?
No.
All right. I push another couple of pews in front of it. I'm getting real tired of this.
It's like,
You ready?
what the hell? Open up the door. Come on, you're big. Open it up. He just immediately starts shoving at it. It's like, I can't. It's too strong. He immediately just cuts walking away.
Oh my god. They're so stupid.
So defeated.
Alright, there's only one left, and so I think we should draw him in here.
With that note,
Other door.
we'll stop there. You guys got a lot done tonight.
So much.
Everyone who is gonna think this castle's fucking haunted.
So we'll stop there. You guys will deal with the wizard noble in next session. But yeah, you guys only went to combat for like half a round. So yeah, we'll stop it there. Everybody, thank you for checking out the stream. Do not forget, we got another one tomorrow for wait, is tomorrow Star Wars? I forget. Yeah.
Should be.
Yeah, tomorrow Star Wars. And do not forget to check that out. We do not have Echoes this week, as this is the week that they're off, so Echoes will resume next week. So that being said, thank you for checking out the stream. Thank you for the follows. Thank you for the chats. And we will see you tomorrow. Good night.